heart chokes. Like might as everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like a soft little word. Yeah. Every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it right, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me. In a way I never understood. In every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get more than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. In a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get when the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, I get you every day, all the way. I get you get me in your eyes. That's when I'm free. I get you more than anybody ever could. And you get me, in a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I get you. I get you. Yeah. I get you. You get.
Welcome to the show. Everybody is Dee. I'm glad you're here. Let's get into some things. I hope you're ready, cause this is what I do. It's all about different perspectives in here. Where you gon' get the real, no BS in here. We keep it real as we can. You can tell your truth and feel comfortable here. These reactions, videos and live these reactions. She's about to put on a show. These reactions, just to let you know, like, share, subscribe. We about to go live. It's DeeDee's reactions. Keep it real, keep it these reactions. What you gon' do? DeeDee's reactions. We about to go live. Subscribe. We about to go live. It's DeeDee's reactions. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome back to another live stream. Happy Wednesday. I hope y'all are doing well. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody watching. Put a 1 in the chat. What's going on, Lorenzo? What's going on? Is it, I don't know if it's Dr. Bound 7462, but DR Bound. I don't know how to pronounce it, but shout out to you. Thank y'all so much for being here. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me good. 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Before I get to yapping, 1 in the chat if the audio is good. If y'all can hear me good, if it's loud and clear, want to make sure that that's good before I start. You know what I'm saying? But so we gonna hop into this live, y'all. I'm not gonna keep y'all too long today, but But I wanted to go over a few things that I've seen, because I will be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I'll be back Friday. My bad. So Friday, I will be live on Friday per usual, not tomorrow, but Friday I will be live. But I wanted to pop up in here just to share some things with y'all, and get y'all thoughts on it. So listen, as you come into the building, make sure you are hitting the thumbs up button. Make sure you are thumbsing up the stream. That helps the channel out, you guys. Also, if you are new to the channel and you like the content, but you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free to subscribe, share, and like, and all that good stuff. All right. But yeah, we gonna get into it. So as you guys see by the title, it says passport bros are still triggering modern women plus more.
Oh my God.
So there are still some women who are triggered by the passport bros. There are still some women that I see who are still out here saying negative things about them. And y'all already know how I feel about it. So when I see this, it's like I'm compelled to give my 2 cents on it, because it's just crazy how on one hand you have women who are saying men shouldn't be in their business and shouldn't be telling them what to do, but they're all in the business of men. I'm just trying to point out the foolishness that's going on, the hypocrisy, because on one hand they want to feel free to say what they want to say and they have a freedom of speech and they can have opinions, but they don't want to hear the opinions of a man, or anybody. It's not even just a man. And I think in general it's kind of natural in a sense, or people think it is, that when somebody have an opposing view of yours, you don't like them, or you just don't want to hear anything they're saying. And I think it's, I was watching DJ Ham's I think it was DJ Ham, either DJ Ham or it was Eight at the Table. I think it was a podcast that I was watching, and I forget who was speaking on there, but they were saying, listen, if you don't want to be open to an opposing view or opinion, how are you going to grow? If you're only stuck in your way of thinking without ever opening up to the possibilities that you may not be 100% correct, or you may not have all of the answers, that the answers may be rooted in a community of people who have opposing views but have solutions, or have ideas of what they think could work. And it's not saying that I don't think that you should flip-flop on your beliefs and your standards, but I think you should be always open to change and correction. Because if we're saying, hey, everybody doesn't think the same, everybody doesn't view things the same, and we are all flawed, it doesn't mean that just because you have a certain standard or a certain view that you are always correct, that you can't stand to gain information from somebody else if it makes sense. I'm not saying you should be listening to any and everybody. I'm not saying that you should be taking advice from everybody, but I think it's fair to be open to constructive criticism or things that could possibly, give you a better perspective, or something that would cause you to make a change that could actually be beneficial to what you're trying to achieve. So that's where I am. And I just try to put that out there because, sometimes you could be very closed-minded and you don't want to hear anything that anybody has to say. And so that would imply that you have all the answers. But at the same time, if you're doing something that's working for you and it's benefiting you, then I wouldn't advise you to make any changes. But when you want to incorporate someone else into your life, that's where the dilemma occurs, in my opinion. Where if you're living by yourself and you have your own life and you're happy and you're content and you don't have to incorporate or deal with anybody else, and what you've been doing for your life has been benefiting you and working for you, hey, don't change it. But I think the problem comes in when you incorporate somebody else. If you want a wife, if you want children, a lot of the things, some of that will change when you incorporate a family, because the dynamics change and it's not just you. You got to apply things that will benefit the entire family and not just you. And so I think from what I hear from women, and I think this could apply to women and men, but we see a lot of women are more vocal about what they think and feel, and a lot of times they're wrong, and they don't want to accept it because they're stuck in their ways and they don't want to consider anything else, but they want you to acquiesce to them. And I think that's why I say women are the ones who need the most work, and I stand by it. I think women are the ones who are going to need to do the majority of the work because of their mentality and the indoctrination that they've accepted. The ideas that they've been brainwashed to believe is the very things that are keeping them in the positions that they're in. And they're just constantly blaming men without ever correcting anything, not ever really looking at themselves, not ever really thinking about what they could do to change their circumstances or better their circumstances. So they just focus on degrees and money. And that is not what's conducive to healthy, stable relationships. So when it comes to relationships, you have to rethink your strategy. You have to rethink how you move, how you do things, and understand that if you want family, you're going to have to curtail a few things because you have to put your family in mind. You can't just think just me singularly. You have to think as a whole when you incorporate a family. So I think a lot of people forget that because it's a selfish nature and you're only thinking about you and you're not thinking about everything else. And I think that's what men and women could learn from. But I think what we're living in now is a society of people, and mostly women, because women outnumber men, who are thinking only about themselves, their needs, their wants, their happiness. They're not considering anybody else's happiness, including the children. And I think that is the problem. And you have a group of men who are saying, no, I don't want to be in relationships where these women are thinking like independent women, and you're not considering a family, but you want one. You're not considering a man, but you want one. You could care less about a man, but you want one. And you want him there only to serve you. That is not working in 2026. But I want to get into this clip that is talking about the passport bros, because there are still women out here who have an issue with the passport bros and just think that they're just, it's just a bunch of dusties going overseas and they're complaining about them. But it's the very men that they say they don't want, nor do they care about, but they have so much to say about them. But these are supposedly, right? And I know the passport bro situation isn't perfect. Nothing is. But what I'm saying is, for women who say they don't care for them, oh, they're just the bottom of the barrel, why are y'all concerned about them? That shouldn't even be on your radar. You shouldn't have a word out your mouth about what a dusty passport bro is doing if he's so dusty and you don't care. Once again, if I don't care, it's not going to bother me, but they're still mad about it and confused. And that's the part that puzzles me. But anyway, let me go ahead and put up this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Comment in the chat. Comment, like, subscribe, y'all. Make sure you are supporting the channel in that way. But let me go ahead and pull up this video. Here we go.
Let's get our passports, bro. They don't appreciate us here.
It's an opportunity for them to go in search of spouses who they feel are going to be more subservient to them and do what they want, basically some sort of indentured servitude.
It's easier for these men to go overseas, get one of these victims.
A lot of these passport bros are exploiting a power imbalance economically.
Y'all are taking advantage of these women.
If you feel that you need to go to Antarctica to marry a polar bear,
but they're still doing the, oh, we're just going to leave and go to another country and find women, or you're going to die alone. Good luck dying alone with your cats.
get a polar bear.
Yeah, it is much easier for these passport bros to go to other countries and exploit younger, more impressionable, less educated or uneducated girls living in poverty.
You know why? Because we don't care.
Look, we don't care.
We do not care.
It is getting so increasingly difficult
for
men to abuse women, manipulate them, and for them to find women that are going to accept the bare minimums so that they are able to control them and basically ruin their life and steal their youth, that they are literally buying passports. And they think that it's an insult to us that they have to run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken.
First off, I don't think that they think it's an insult to you. I think you are insulted by the fact that they're doing that. I think women are insulted on their own by the fact that these men are getting passports and going look for other women. Y'all are intimidated and insulted by it. I don't think they're doing this to insult you. They're just making a move to try to better their situations. And y'all are taking it as insults. That's why they're talking about it. That's why they're making videos about it. If you're not triggered, you wouldn't even care to make a video. You'll see it and you'll be like, okay, that's what you're doing. All right, keep it moving. Okay. No, these women are triggered by the fact that these men are going off and going into other countries to look for women, because that means it excludes you. The very women who said you didn't want them. No, y'all are triggered. They're not insulting you. You're insulted by yourself. Because you don't understand why. Oh my God, we're not good enough. They're not chasing us. No, they refuse to chase you. So they're going to look for women they don't have to chase down, and women who have the qualities that they're looking for. I don't see anything wrong with that. But these women are the ones who feel insulted, and they're mad because they can't get a man to save their goddamn lives, because y'all don't want to do anything to be what the men are looking for. You don't want to cooperate. You don't want to work with them. I don't think, once again, it should not be a one-sided deal. It shouldn't be just men do all this for you and you sit back and just, girl, he just give me everything in the world. I don't got to do a goddamn thing. No, those days are over.
Oh my God.
Y'all working, you need to contribute. And y'all don't want to do that, a lot of y'all. And that y'all are the leftover women that are left. And y'all are expecting the most from these men, and these men are saying, no, we're not accepting that. And y'all are pissed. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat, says just mad because their options are severely drying up.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Say it again. Exactly, Jamil. Thank you for the super chat, Jamil, and thank you so much for being here. You're absolutely right. Nobody is. You're projecting your own feelings onto these men. They have a right. I said this 1,000 times. They have a right to go to the goddamn moon and back if they want to look for whatever they want to look for. That has nothing to do with you. If you got it like that as women, as modern women. If you got it like that and you so secure in what you can get and what you're doing, why the hell you worrying about the bottom of the barrel dusties that that y'all saying y'all don't want? Why y'all? I would never make a big video crying on here saying, oh my God, these are so dusty. These are bottom of the barrel men going overseas. No, when they're also women who have confirmed that, no, there's some good men, these some good looking men, attractive men, well-established men going over there. You can't lump everybody into this dusty mode because you pissed. Hell, okay, if they dusty and they going over there, okay, what about the men left in this country? What about the men who are left here? You still can't get them.
Oh my God.
The undusty ones don't want you either. So what's the problem? What's the problem? Every man can't be dusty. Every man can't be just the bottom of the barrel. Y'all still don't qualify for the men that you want. So if you don't ever turn around and look yourself smack dead in the face and say, what the hell is wrong with me? What do I got to do to get my shit together so that I can get what I want? If you don't ever do that, if you don't ever turn around and look at yourself, well, then that's why y'all are doomed. And you can't get mad at me or anybody else for calling it out. If it don't apply to you, then let it fly. If it ain't you and you good and you straight, this ain't for you, but it's for the women who are always complaining and you don't want to hear any type of constructive criticism. You don't want to hear any type of guidance. You don't want to do a goddamn thing. Y'all want to be 500 pounds. You want to sit back and just think a man owes you everything. You just want to sit back and be as ratchet, ghetto, loud, masculine, fat, all of that, and you want a man to come and just give you the goddamn world, the moon, the stars, and everything. That's a delusional mentality, and I say it all the time. And I just really wish, especially Black women, would get it together, because I think we have good women. I think women, but our women are capable and capable of doing so much, and together we could really thrive as a community. But we're so stuck in this mindset that that you don't need your man, and that you can do it all by yourself. But y'all are seeing that it's difficult for you to do it by yourself. Y'all seeing it happen in real time, but you can't believe your lying eyes. You can't see what's happening in front of you for having this delusional mindset, thinking that you in a damn a movie. You know what I mean? Like, this is a movie. A lot of these women talk like movies and Oprah. Y'all taking in all of this foolishness from Oprah and others that's setting you up for failure. If you are a woman or a man out here and you living your life and you're happy and you ain't bothered about what I'm saying, kudos to you. All I'm saying is I see so many women complaining, and then when you tell them, sister girl, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that, maybe you should, take a different approach. Oh, well, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear anything that would, help you get to a better place. You just want to make excuses, and you want people to, look at you as a victim and make excuses as to why you can't get what you want. And that's getting played out. People are tired of the excuses. We're tired of hearing all of the same old excuses. And every person that you hear who's complaining, they're saying the same thing. And it's not that it's, y'all are complaining about the same things, but you're not talking about what you need to do to make it better for you. It's your life at the end of the day. This is not a movie. This is not a fairy tale. A man is not going to come on a white horse with millions and millions of dollars and scoop you up and your kids and say, come on, I'm taking you to the castle where you can prop your feet up and you can just sit back and you don't have to lift a finger. I'm your king and I got it all for you and you don't have to do a goddamn thing. This is not a movie.
Oh my God.
This is not a fairy tale, but this is how they talk. Like it's a goddamn fairy tale. Like, oh my God, my prince and my king. Oh my God, he's going to come one day and I will not settle until I find him. When he comes, he's just going to do it all. He's going to take my student loan debt away. He's going to pay all my bills. He's going to give me the world. He's going to take care of my kids from Pookie, Johnny, Ronnie, Ricky, Mike, Ray Ray, Paul, Louis, John, Saint, Christopher, Reeves, Donald, Trump.
Oh my God.
He gonna come and take care of all your goddamn kids from all these men. He's not gonna have a problem. I don't care that you've been ran through. Oh my God, you're just a beautiful. I don't care if you're 400 pounds. You're my queen. You can't fit in the queen's chair, but we'll make you a bigger one, right? We're gonna expand it. We're going to make 3 chairs and put them together so your big ass could fit in it. And I just love it. That's what they want y'all to do. I'm just saying, it's like a big theatrical movie. It doesn't make any sense. And they believe in this shit and they're not getting the outcomes. But this is what they want to believe. And they will not settle for anything less. If they can't find their king who's going to come with that type of energy, then they won't settle. Well, you're going to be by yourself. And that's what we're saying. Go, what they're telling us, invest in cat food, invest in dog food, all this kind of stuff, because the numbers are going up. More and more of them are coming to this realization. They're going to get these cats and these dogs to be their companions. And you might want to invest in that because, it makes sense to me. Come on. And if women are bigger than ever because they're stressed out, they don't know what to do. They thought things would be different. And now the men are not cooperating with this BS. And now they're really stressed out, just eating and blaming, eating and blaming and complaining. That's it. And I'm not surprised, but we're the bad guys because we talk about it and point it out. No, it's y'all need to get it together. A man is not making you do this. You just mad because you can't get things the way you want it to be. You want everything your way. And because society has told y'all should. Y'all are the prize and you should expect XYZ from a man, meaning everything. And if he ain't showing up like this, then girl, you don't need him. But then y'all out here complaining, losing work, homeless rates are going up, living in hotels, living in damn U-Haul trucks and living in your cars parked outside of Walmart. Yeah, it's happening. Contrary to what they want to make you to believe, that all these women are just so rich and got it going on. No, they're struggling. I saw an article where they're saying there are so many Black women owning homes. Well, at the same rate, there are a lot of women losing their homes and a lot of them complaining about how expensive it is and how they cannot maintain it. Hell, Messy Michonne posts those videos. And I've seen those videos and in real life with people out here can't keep their homes because they can't afford it. and they're single mothers. So come on, there's always this push and this narrative to try to make people believe that single mothers are just doing exponentially so well, when in real life we see that that is not happening. And it is not a majority. They are struggling, and they're telling you in ways to not make it look bad. Because on one hand, you're boss chicks and you don't need a brokey, but then when we really look into it, they're the brokies. Make it make sense, child. It doesn't make sense. And I just think they could change it. They could do so much better if they wanted to. If they wanted to. But a lot of them don't, because they're stuck in, somebody mentioned pride. It's a prideful thing. You don't want to let go of that. You just, you know what I'm saying? You want to hold out for whatever it is you're looking for, and you don't want to believe that you have to do anything to get the outcomes that you're looking for. Jamil says, when a woman says the word deserves, I leave her. Yeah, I mean, red flags. There are words that are, you hear certain words because it's an echo chamber of the same things. So when you'll know it when you hear it. When you hear it, you know, oh, damn, she cute, but goddamn, I can't fool with her. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Divine Photos, thank you for the super chat, says, we need more good women to call out the foolishness. But the issue is the good women are silent when misandrists put men down on social media. Exactly. And this is why I think it's important to speak out against it, because they're loud. The other side, they're going to say how they feel, what they think. They're going to call men. I just watched a video, which I will be posting that video soon too, of women or maybe I'll do it in a live this Friday. Probably this Friday, I'll review that video for y'all, where it's a group of women complaining about men. They're literally talking about why they don't want a man, why they want a man, why they don't want to live with a man, why men are just dirty, and why men stink. And I said, the audacity. Oh my God. I'm going to reveal that video on this Friday, y'all. So stay tuned. Where literally there's a group, these women are just saying the most, they're calling men out. They hate men. Why they don't want to live with a man, why they don't want a man. And then they're telling you why. Now, if a bunch of men got on social media and said, this is why we don't want women, because they stink, their BBLs are just horrible, their toes are jacked up, they got crust in between them, these wigs smell like ass. If they start telling the truth about a lot of these women and telling why they don't want them, oh my God, it'll be an uproar. It will be an uproar. But women could get on these very same social media streets and say how men stink and how they smell bad and how you don't want them and you want to keep your house clean and you don't want them in there. But y'all be the very ones saying y'all want men to pay y'all goddamn bills, but you don't want them in your house. You want to be able to run your household, but you want them to pay for it. So that video is coming Friday. So stay tuned. Hit them bells, y'all. Have your notification bells turned on, because we're going to go over it. Because I just saw that today and I said, oh, I didn't have time to get it ready for today, but Friday we're going to talk about it. I want y'all to see it. These heifers be out here saying and they've been doing it. This is why men are moving away. They're moving. Then they act clueless. Like, why are the men walking away? No, I'm going to show you why. Because they keep making videos about this saying, wow, they're so happy by themselves. Okay, well, stop complaining about men approaching then. How about that? This is why I say some of these women are making it bad for the other Bonnie Crew Society members, because some of the Bonnie Crew Society members are confused as to why men are walking away. But I'm going to play that video to show you why they're walking away, because y'all need a meeting. Bonnie Crew Societies of America, y'all need a meeting to gather all y'all group members together so y'all can all be on one accord, because clearly y'all not all on one accord. There are some women out here who are still pushing their disdain for men and why they don't like them, and some of them are divorced and they can't, and they so happy and they just don't like men, and men are this, men are that. Y'all, if y'all are saying if you have some of the Bonnie Crew members, y'all are out of order in every way. Some over here are saying, we don't want them, they're dirty and they stink and they're this and they're that. Then the other ones are saying, something else. Why aren't they approaching? Why don't y'all come speak to us? Why don't you try? Why would they? If you got a group of the Bonnie Crew Society members saying all this about men in public spaces, y'all need to come together. Y'all need to get y'all shit together, and y'all need to figure out which side y'all on, what y'all trying to do. Because as long as there are videos like that out here, men see that and men are walking away. And that's why. So y'all don't have it together. I'm just saying. But I just think Stop asking why men aren't approaching. Look at these videos that are resurfacing or surfacing and play that for your Binding Crew Society members and say, hey, y'all got to stop this. If you ever want a man, you got to stop this because you talking about somebody furthering the divide. It's them. They're the ones keep saying all these things about all men and why they don't want them and all that. And then wondering why they're not approaching. Come on, get it together. It doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Divine Photos. Jamil says the pick me prayer you did was classic. LOL. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you. Child, it doesn't make any sense. Latrell M 1087. Thank you, Latrell, for the super chat. Says modern women want the authority of a man, privilege of a woman, and the accountability of children. Straight up. That's exactly the truth. All day. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate the super chat. I mean, but they're gonna have to figure out a new way because ain't nobody trying to do that. Ain't nobody trying to do that. And then they act the acting clueless like you don't know. To me, is just insane. That drives me nuts. When I see that, I'm like, y'all, you act like y'all playing the game like you don't know why these men. Come on now, stop. It's like throwing the rocks and hiding your hand. That's what you're doing. And I always want to be the victims and make it seem like these men are just making this shit all up. Like, oh, all the women are perfect and all the men are just a problem. No, that's not true. It's just clearly not true. But but they're realizing it. Trust me. It's going to all come to a halt. It's all going to reveal itself in due time. It's already starting. And they're seeing it, but they're still in denial. And they're still walking around here, acting like they're just superior above men and they got it like that. But time will tell and show how this all unfolds. And I personally don't think it's looking good. I really don't think it's looking good. And I think, once again, to me, women are the ones who need to make the most changes, in my opinion. I'm not saying that men don't have to make any, but I think women have to make the most, period. Let's continue.
Women who ain't never seen $3 all lined up together in their life. Women who got to share one spoonful of rice with a family of 6. Women who don't have rights, who can't work, who probably only bathes once every 2 months. Women who, in their countries, are getting raped by their men, beat up by their men. Nowhere around them do they feel safe. They're not protected. From a child up, they're raised to just accept how men treat them because they just don't have any rights. They're basically slaves. These women are in poverty, and these men be so broke in the United States, so ugly in the United States, so corny in the United States. That they gotta hop on a plane. You gotta go find a woman that grew up in poverty her whole life.
Now, this lady is insufferable. And that laugh tells you she don't believe what she's saying.
Oh my God.
That laugh is her trying to adjust to what's happening. Because she's probably single. Most women who talk like that are single. Married women who are happy don't talk like that. She's probably single because they're trying to cope with the fact that they may not ever get a good man. And they're mad that these men are going overseas and finding what they want. Now, you clearly see these women who in these pictures don't look like they're in poverty, that they've had 2 spoons of rice. She's saying all they have, they could share a spoon of rice and they so broke and impoverished. In fact, these women have come out and said, we're not all just in poverty. Actually, we live in pretty decent. But then you got to make it seem so worse and so bad because it's something that you don't have. And you're mad because you don't have it. And you're mad that these people are going over somewhere else to get what they want. So you got to shame it. You got to try to make it look like the worst thing ever. When we all know that these women don't look like they're starving and impoverished, but they'll make it seem like the worst thing ever to discount what is happening. But you're in America, and if that's so bad, and these men, once again, if these men are so dusty and they're so desperate and so ugly and so this, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't got a man there? Why you ain't got the top tier man that y'all saying y'all want? Why are you single if those people are so bad and you're so great? Because that's what you're doing. You're putting yourself on a pedestal. You're making it seem like you're the best thing since sliced bread. But why don't you? You should be married. You should have all kind of options. You should have a big, tall, strapping 6'6" man. You should have a man who got it all together in your corner. Why? This is, there's a thing called hate what you can't have. So you got to disseminate something that you don't have, make it seem the worst possible, because you really trying to cope with the fact of why nobody want to approach you and no man don't want to be with you. That's all that is. And I'm not oblivious to it. I clearly see what it is. So you got to make that seem like it's the worst thing ever while you sitting down lonely, wondering where's your man? Where's the man gonna come and take care of you and treat you nice and love you or love on you and treat you like he loves you and you're his prize. Where is that? All these prizes out here, but they ain't got nobody who is accepting them. The men are turning the prizes away.
Oh my God.
If women are such a prize just in mass, in general, why aren't the men going to get their prizes? Why aren't the men attracted to you? Why are the men going the opposite way? If we got all these prizes just sitting around and they're so great prizes, why are these men going way overseas? That's the question y'all need to ask yourself. Why are the men going overseas to find somebody else when all these prizes are sitting around right here at your fingertips? Why are they looking over y'all? Why are they not approaching? Why are they not attracted to you? Why? You got to ask yourself that. What is it about all these prizes that are readily available that these men are just turning away? Ask yourself that. If all these prizes are just right there, y'all such great prizes, why men don't want them? You can't say, but then y'all, okay, and then if you say, oh, well, these are the dusties, we don't want them. Okay, well, why y'all complaining about them going overseas? If they so dusty and you don't want them, why y'all have a problem? And why don't the other men that are not dusty, the men that you will respect and the men that you deem, a value, why aren't they? Let's exclude the so-called dusties going overseas. Let's talk about the high quality men that we have here, the rich men and the men that y'all want. Why aren't they picking up all these prizes?
Oh my God.
Why aren't they picking the prizes that are out here? Why y'all still single? If we got all these prizes, why ain't nobody really trying to get you like that? Why they just will sleep with you and dump you? Why they ghost you? Why they have a conversation with you, have a date with you, and they don't ever want to talk to you again? Why is that? If all these women are such prizes? Because from what I gather and from my understanding, a man who, just like the Bible, a man who finds a wife findeth a good thing, right? But he has to determine if that's a woman that's good for him. The men are the ones who pick women for relationships and marriage. So he has to see qualities in you. And if y'all are all these prizes, the man would have to see the qualities in you that will want him to commit to you, that would signify to him, this is a good woman. I'm not going to let her go. Because from my understanding, when a man finds a woman that he sees wifely qualities in, a woman that he really wants to raise his kids, and a woman he really is attracted to and want to be with, he don't let up on her. He gonna go get her. That's the part they don't understand. But then when we say that, they take offense to it because like, damn, I done dated a lot of men. They didn't want to propose to me. They didn't want to marry because they don't see you as a wife.
Oh
they don't see you as that quality woman that they really want to take seriously. They see you as somebody they can maybe kick it with here and there, somebody they can just sleep with or whatever, but they don't see you as wifey material. And a lot of women don't like that because it shines a light on them, like what's wrong with me, because y'all don't exude those type of qualities. And men who want a woman, they want that. And that's about, oh, men don't commit, not to you, because you're not what he's looking for in a serious committed relationship. You don't have the qualities, and y'all walking around thinking y'all the best thing ever, and you don't realize that you're lacking certain things, and that's why these men don't commit to you. You might be convenient for him to be around you, but he don't see wife. He don't see himself putting himself in a position to be with you and put his life on the line for you. He don't see you as somebody that he would risk his life for and somebody he want to raise his kids with. He see you as maybe you might be a cool chick, but you're not wifey material. And so that's why they don't do that. They don't marry y'all. The women that they see as marriage material, that's who they marry. And this is another thing why you have so many of these women sitting down complaining and complaining about men not committing and all these things, but y'all don't ever look at yourself and say, what is it about me? What qualities don't I have? Why don't he see me as? Because it's the very things that y'all run away from. The very things that would deem you a quality woman for these men, y'all don't want to do. Y'all let society lie to y'all and put y'all in these positions to where y'all are these masculine, independent women, and you don't even want to do anything necessary for a man because y'all don't deem it important enough. You don't. A lot of these women don't, especially black men. You don't look at black men as of any importance. You don't look at a black man and say, you know what, I want to honor that man. He's a good man and this and that. Y'all want good men, but y'all are not good women in most cases. And this is not every woman, but a lot of y'all are not good women. Y'all don't know how to treat a man. You don't know none of these things, and you're not trying to learn. That's the thing. Y'all are not even open to learning and trying to do better because you don't think you have to. And then when anybody says something, it's like, oh, well, you don't check the men. Well, look, y'all already done dismissed the men. Y'all have already said the men ain't shit. And you think you're perfect. And so when you out here, you still can't find one because you already think you're better. So nobody could change the way you think about yourself in terms of how you should show up for a man, what you should be providing for a man. Y'all don't think y'all have to provide any goddamn thing. You just think you need to be just the way you are and he got to accept you for everything. No. And these men now are not accepting that. Maybe back in the 80s, maybe if you found a dude then with that mind, with a different mindset that maybe you would have somebody. But now, no, these men now, these young men, no, they're moving totally different. I'm just saying. Captain Caveman, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, if the women over there is starving and impoverished, then that's a perfect match. Because the men are starving and impoverished of love in America.
Oh my God.
But thank you, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat, bro. Yeah, I just think that's just a tactic they're using this to diminish what these men are doing and diminish the women as well. And the women have come out from those countries and said that's not what's happening over here, but they're just trying to use anything the same way they do it, the same way they say about men who want younger women. Oh, you just want to use them and take their youth. And oh my God, when they say we don't care if she works at McDonald's. Oh, well, you just want a bimbo. So just because you work at McDonald's means you're slow. I know a lot of educated women who have college degrees who are dumb as shit.
Oh my God.
They be slow too. They don't know basic math. But you're talking about somebody as a bimbo just because they work at McDonald's? No, there's a lot of educated fools. So once again, it's just a shaming tactic that they want to use to diminish what's happening because it doesn't benefit or serve them. And they don't want to do anything to change their mentality. That's the problem. So I just think a lot needs to change. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Divine Photo says, why sisters go on social media attacking passport bros and say how poor the international women are, but yet they love to travel to those places, right? Because they full of shit. That's it.
Oh my God.
Divine Photo say full of shit. That's it. They're just talking shit. I see right through it. And y'all do too. Because it's just a full of shit. That's all. I mean, they're just bitter and mad. They go over there, like I said, and they trying to get them a man over there too. Go over there, like I said, and they get on the boats, let the men slap that white stuff on them, and they think they could catch a man. And they're trying to do exactly what the passport bros are doing, and it's not working the same for them because them men over there don't want them. That's what I'm saying. And it's a humbling experience for them, but they don't want to say it because their pride won't let them, and they feel bad about it, but they can't say it. They got to show face. You know what I mean? You gotta make it seem like it's something that it's not. Those men over there don't want them either. And they get pumped and dumped over there too. You go over there because you're desperate and lonely. You need some love and attention, like I said before. And you go over there and let these men put that white stuff on you in Pound Town, and then they send you back here. And that's it. They don't even want you over there. So you get ran through here and sent to your room, and you go over there and you get ran through and pumped and dumped and sent back to the country. Like they don't want you either. And they don't understand why. Why? Because y'all are just insufferable. A lot of them, not all the women, but a lot of them are. You're insufferable. You don't know how to cooperate. You're just insufferable. You don't know how to work with anybody. Y'all just want people to just do what you want to do, and that's a problem. Ain't nobody doing that in 2026. I'm just saying. Thank you, Divine Photos. I appreciate you. Captain Caveman again says soon they're gonna have Pookie and Ray Ray getting passports.
Oh my God.
Hell, Pookie and Ray Ray don't need to get a passport, to be honest. once he get it together and he want to, because a lot of them women are somehow attracted to Pookies and Ray Rays. But once Pookie and Ray Ray level up, he gonna get them. And he want to commit to a woman, he gonna do it with the quickness. They ain't gonna have no problem because there are women are already attracted to them physically. If they go get a job or get a good job, then he have no problem getting a woman. I'm just saying, because that's who the women are attracted to. Whatever type of swag or whatever they got going on, majority of the women are attracted to them. So they'll get a woman. And then when they're ready to commit, they're gonna commit to the woman they want to commit to. Not the one who giving them all the babies and all that, the ratchet ones. No, they're gonna level up and they're gonna leave the ratchet ones behind. And the baby mama's behind. They're gonna get a woman that's totally opposite of the hood chicks. And that's why they be mad. And they be like, damn, I gave him my world and my life, and this is what he do to me. He go and get this chick who ain't look nothing like me. You think, well, she's totally opposite of you. He want a good woman too, and he could get one. That's the real gag. I'm just saying. Thank you, Captain Caveman. So yeah, it's just a lot of projection and a lot of anger and a lot of, just because they can't get what they want and they don't want to do anything to better their options. That's all. Let's continue.
For you to feel like you appreciate it. Of course. She feel like you saved her. Please get your passport, fellas. Take your old broke ass on. Take your crazy tail on, unhealed, corny ass on somewhere out of the United States of America and go find the woman of your dreams. We do not care.
We don't talk enough about how passport bros are just predators.
I'm not a predator if I sleep with women in America, but if I sleep with women outside of America, I'm a predator. Got you. Guess that means you should stop sleeping with people in different states too, right? You live in Florida. Don't sleep with somebody in Chicago. You're a predator. Logic. The obesity rate in a different country is not as high as America. Stay here and sleep with all the mammoths. Got it? Women in other countries are nice and they look good. Stay here. Deal with somebody who's nice but don't look good. Or deal with somebody who looks good and wants to rob you passively. Nice. I don't think she used logic. I don't think logic matters to her. She's not happy at all. She keeps on forgetting to use her Planet Fitness membership.
Okay, so let's talk about passport bros and American woman being so upset at foreign woman and upset at the passport bros and calling them predators. They're calling them pedophile, and they're saying that these women aren't educated. No, they're not. These women went to colleges, university. These women are college graduate. You're just mad because these women are beautiful. You're mad because these men are flying out, going to get these beautiful, attractive women. These women are goddess. These women are like 00, and you don't fit that standards. You want to hold out, or you don't want to give him anything. You want to be a modern day woman. No, go be a modern day woman. Don't worry about the man flying out, going to get younger, attractive woman. Don't worry about it. You say you don't care. Don't worry about it. Don't even comment. If you see a passport bro going to fly out, why you care? Don't worry about it. Let him go get his queen. Shouldn't be your problem. You should just skip if it doesn't apply. But you're mad because you're not able to control the man no more. He's going to get the kitty. He's getting beautiful woman, athletic body, something that you're not. So now why are you upset at the passport bros? Because passport bro is going to get beautiful woman. So now you're mad at the foreign woman. You just want something to be mad about. Woman just wants something to be mad about. Woman want to be mad all the time.
Exactly what I'm saying. Shout out to her because it's the truth. Y'all want to be pissed and mad because y'all don't want to lose no weight. Little Debbie is your best friend. You don't want to get yourself in shape enough. You don't feel that you have to. Oh, body shaming and fat phobic and all this shit to make you stay unhealthy and obese. And you think that men's supposed to look at you and be attracted to that? No. And the few chubby chasers who like that ain't enough. That ain't enough. The majority of men don't want no big old obese woman talking about I'm the prize and you need to chase me. No, you can't even chase yourself. You can't even chase a hot dog down the street because you're too damn big and slow. So you want somebody to chase behind you as big as you are, and you feel like you the prize because you got a bachelor's degree? Because you went to college and you could pay your own rent? Are you serious? That man don't want that. He don't want to be in no house where you eating all the goddamn food and you don't want to cook and you want to him to be there and look and you take up the whole goddamn couch and he got a little bitty section and you want him to, he can't even put his arms around you. You so goddamn big. He can't even put his arms around you. He got to lay to the side. You know what I mean? Because you that big. And y'all want to holler y'all the prize? Stop. Stop. And then when somebody say, look at all of these videos of these women asking why men aren't approaching them, why they can't get the quality man that they want. And look at them, they all be big. At least 250 at the minimum. And bigger. And you sitting around here look at Ashley Dalton's channel. They ask that question all the time. I did a video on it where they asking why. And the first thing Ashley want to say, lose some weight. She try to be nice about it. She does. She try to be as nice as possible. They still don't, they still be saying negative things about her because she's telling them the truth. First, you need to lose some weight. Yes, because men overall are not attracted to obese women. That's the first thing you should do. And I think you should halt your dating situation and go get yourself together. And you might have a better outcome. I see too many women out here who are transforming their bodies, who are out here, who were big and they lose that weight. I mean, they put in the hard work and they look totally different. You wouldn't even believe if it's the same people. So I just think that's, for one, that's part of your problem. But they be looking, go to staring into space when the ladies say, you need to lose some weight. Get in the gym. They look like, ooh, I don't know about that. Because in their mind, that whole idea of me having to change for a man makes them nauseous. And then it makes them hungry. And all they want to do is go eat anyway. Because that's what they want to do anyway. 90% of their time in their life is about eating food. So they can't focus on nothing else. So if you telling me I got to stop that, I got to change for a man, they don't want to do that. Anything that you say you need to do to get a man or for a man, they oppose it. And when they hear you say it in their mind, they're like, what? They're not really feeling that. That's why they don't ever really change. They stay big and they stay single and they stay complaining. So of course, when you see men going overseas and you see these attractive women over there, a lot of those women are fit. They're small. When you don't see too many big ones, you see tiny, women, attractive women, and they don't like that because they know they can't compete. You see these small frame, petite women, gorgeous women, and then a big beluga goddamn whale coming through like, you don't see me, I'm the prize. I got my own money and I got my own this and I pay my own bill. They don't give a damn. They don't care about how much you make, child. They don't even look your way and they be mad. What's wrong with me? You're a big fucking beluga whale, and I'm sorry. And then you got all these fit feminine women. These men ain't even they looking at all these options over here. They're not looking at you. You, that's the problem. That's why they mad. So all you gotta do is take your ass over to that boat, if you could fit in it, and let the men slap that white shit on you and be comfortable with that. Oh my God. Because these men don't want that. And if you don't want to do anything to better your health options, better your chances to get what you say you want, then shut the hell up. Stop complaining. Nobody is not making you be that big. These men are not checking, and they hate it because they hate to do something to make themselves better for themselves and particularly for a man. Oh, you don't supposed to do nothing for a man. Why are you doing something for a man? But you want a man to do everything for you. You want that man to accept you, and you entitled. You want him to accept you the way you are. Take me at my worst, or you don't deserve me at my best. They like, girl, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. That's what they're saying. We don't care because we don't need to accept you at all. That's why they mad. Because all them sitting on the couch with their bonnets on saying, oh, these bad girls at the bottom of the barrel. When I'm looking at these women, no, ma'am, they don't want you. Nobody. The so-called dusty ones, y'all calling dusty don't want you. The middle class dusties, y'all calling dusty don't want you. The higher class don't want you either. Nobody is checking for you. That's why y'all Black women are at the bottom. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying it's the truth. We already know it. But if you don't want to do anything to better your outcome, why are you still complaining about anybody? That's all. You got to stop being delusional and accept what reality is and stop thinking that you're going to beat the odds and you're going to come out on top. No, you're too big to come out on top. Ain't nobody want to be under you smothering. No, nobody have to be scared about if you're going to walk 2 miles and pass out. Nobody wants to have to deal with that. That's stressful. So I'm just saying, you got to put in the work. That's all I'm saying. Put in the work. And if you don't want to do it for a man or nobody, why do you expect to get one? Why you keep complaining? So, that's what I'm saying. Stop complaining then. If you want to be the way you are, go live your goddamn life. I ain't mad at you. Live your life. Be happy. Stop complaining about men and blaming it on men when you the one don't want to do the work. Pharaoh, thank you for the super chat. Says Pharaoh Ishmael is getting a Panama dominatrix. There you go, Pharaoh. I whole show hope you get one too. Go get that dominatrix, because you've been talking about this for quite some time, baby. Get you a dominatrix and then let me see what she look like. Thank you, Farrah. I appreciate you, bro. Kevin K. Man, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, now mad about white women telling their kids if they ever lost, look for a black woman to help them. They always fighting. Gotta get kids passports. Yeah, I heard that too, Captain K. Man. Yeah, but they like, oh, we always be the ones to do this. Yeah. I'm not gonna go too deep on them. You know what I mean? Because I know it's a cry for help and they need help, but they just don't know how to go about getting it though. Thank you, Captain K. Man. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's just a hot mess, y'all. And I'm just saying, like, something gotta give. Like, we can't keep coddling this behavior. We can't just keep ignoring this and just be like, oh, you know what? They're the best thing ever. You guys just need to get your act together. Accept that 400-pound woman and take her home and marry her and give her babies. Like, just stop all this foolishness, you black men. Get in order. Get in line. Go take these black queens. Take them as they are, because why are you looking for something better? You're supposed to go and get these women and treat them and give them the world and put these queens on a pedestal. Let them tell you what to do and follow their lead, black men. Why are you out of order? Why are you expecting more? That's what their ass saying. Captain Caveman says, only fat back I like when my mom put them in greens. Oh, only fat back I like is when my mom put them in greens. Gotcha. Oh my God. Hell, I don't even like the fat back in the greens, Captain Caveman. I don't even like the fat back swimming around when they put it in beans. I'm from New Orleans and we cook red beans and rice. I don't even like the fat, because back in the day they would put that fat back in the beans, which it give them a good flavor, but take that out. I didn't like the fat swimming around. Some people cook it like that, where they have fat back in the beans and they taste good, but the fat sometimes be left swirling. I don't like fat back at all. So big back, fat backs, whatever, keep all of that. Nobody don't want that. Thank you, Captain K, man. No, you use the fat back for the flavor and then you take it out. You don't really want it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. But yeah, somebody said, D, have you ever heard from Brother Maverick? I have not. Listen, where is Maverick? He kind of disappeared. Maverick, if you listen to this, shout out, hit me up. I just want to make sure you are good. I haven't seen Maverick in a while. But if he's watching or listen, hit me up, Maverick. Let me know you're okay. Yeah, because Maverick used to be on here all the time. I haven't heard or seen anything. But if you listening, Maverick, I want to know if you're okay. But yeah, this is crazy. Somebody said, Lorenzo says, Dee, do you cook gumbo? Yeah, my husband cook it too. My husband cooks some good gumbo. Yes, we do. My husband, he cooks some mean gumbo, baby. Yes, we are from New Orleans, baby. We know how to cook gumbo. We know how it should taste. Unlike Tina knows, honey. They saying, child, that gumbo was like beef gravy juice. I'm like, ooh, Lord. God. I don't know if y'all seen Pink Book Lessons talk about that, and people talking about Tina knows gumbo at the in Houston, baby. They said that gumbo tastes like beef gravy juice. I don't know. And she seems to know how to cook, you know what I'm saying? But they say that gumbo wasn't it. Yeah, we know what gumbo should taste like, and we know a good gumbo. Trust me, that's part of our upbringing. We know what good gumbo tastes like now. So if you talking about this tastes like beef gravy juice, that ain't it, honey. Oh my God, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. I wish I could have went tasted it, because I would tell you, baby, I'll tell you if it's good or not. We know what, and people are like, oh, well, I'm so tired of them do all this warriors coming. I seen some comments about that. Oh, talking about what gumbo. We know, because we've been eating it all our lives. We know what it should taste like. That's a part of our cuisine in New Orleans. Gumbo, etouffee, and seafood gumbo too. Yes, we know. We've been eating that our whole lives. We know what it should taste like. We know that's what we eat. That's we're from there. So we know red beans and rice. We know how red beans should taste. You know, it should be flavorful with the right sausages and the seasonings. We know how it should taste. So we know a good gumbo when we taste it. That's just because we've been eating it our whole lives. Like, come on. But anyway, Texas known for BBQ, not fan of gumbo. Right. My grandma from Mississippi, I used to make gumbo too. Right. That's a New Orleans dish. It is. Right. We've been eating it. We know what it should taste like. We know a good bowl of gumbo. We know when it's lacking. Same for seafood, crab boil, shrimp, what is it? Seafood boils and stuff like that. We know when it's gonna taste right because the flavoring is right, it look right. We see these seafood boils and it's all what they be making it, and there's no flavor, look white. There's no the roux, the gravy should have that reddish color to it. It should, because the spices, you should see it. If you see somebody boiling some shrimp and sausages and potatoes and all this stuff and it's white, you don't see no seasoning, that's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be nasty. We're known for seasoning your food. It could be a problem because you could over season, then you have high blood pressure now. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got to taper away from that as you get older because you know you have hypertension eating the way New Orleans people eat and cook. It could be hazardous to your health. Soul food, we're known for that. It could be hazardous to your health. You got to watch it because we cook with so much flavor and so much salt. You know, not where it's salty because you don't want to over salt, but you know, all of that could become a bit much. You got to watch it. But we know what flavor is. We know how to season and flavor our food. That's what we're known. Cajun cuisine. That's a New Orleans thing. That's a New Orleans thing. So yeah. So I don't know what happened with Tina Knowles, because she's from the South too. And so what is she doing with gumbo tastes like beef gravy juice? I don't know. Never heard of that. Randy, yeah, it is stroke food for sure. Somebody say blue moderation, yes, Blue X, yes, you just can't, you know, I love our food, but you can't eat that every day. You can't eat that every day. Too much of that salt and seasoning is bad. Yes, it is stroke and you know, hypertension and heart attack. Yeah, you got to watch it. But we know how to season and flavor some food, okay? So we know what it should taste like. She made Witcher brew, not come baby. I don't want no goddamn Witcher brew. Hell with that. Hell, I don't know what that is. That girl said it tastes like, what she said, beef gravy juice, or just what she said, some type of water. They said it was nasty. And people was coming at folks like, oh, because it's Tina Knowles. Like, oh my God, how y'all talk about this lady? She's helping the community. How she helping the community, baby? They gotta pay. They said that was overpriced beef juice gravy. Like, come on. They paid for it. She's not giving it away for free, y'all. Don't you gotta pay for it? And they saying it was overpriced. So I mean, shit. I mean, it is what it is. I know good gumbo when I taste it. And I wouldn't lie about it. If it tastes good, it tastes good. If it's nasty, it's nasty. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Because it is or that. I don't give a damn who you are. If it's nasty, it's nasty. If it's good, it's good. If it's in between, I'm gonna give you exactly what it is. Or it's okay. If it got a little flavor, I'm like, oh, I'll tell you what it needs. I can tell you what you need to put in it to judge it up. Hell, that's how much we know about it. You need a little more of this, so you need a little more of that, or you need less of it. Like, come on. Child, it is what it is. What's the point of lying about it? I seen the gumbo and they look funny, and they had a lot of string chicken in it. And I'm like, you know, I like my gumbo with a lot of meat. I like a lot of seafood, a lot of shrimp, andouille sausage, you know, a lot of sausage and meat and shrimps and just all of the stuff that you crab. I like you know, the crab meat in there, you know what I mean? Plus the seasonings and stuff in there. I like a good sausage seafood gumbo with a lot of meat, not necessarily a whole lot of chicken, but have the meat in there, the flavor. You can look at the color of it to tell if it's gonna taste good or not. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we've had the best of the best, so we know. So I don't know what anyway, child, that's a whole nother story, child. I don't went off into that, and now I'm getting hungry because you know what? I am a foodie at heart, but I gotta watch it, you know. But anyway, let's continue, y'all. Hit the like button, y'all. Please. We got 139 people here. Y'all hit the like button. Girl, child, we got 94 likes. What y'all doing? What y'all be doing when y'all be watching? Are y'all at work? Y'all can't hit the like button? What y'all be doing? Because I'm like, if you doing something where your hands aren't loose, then maybe I can see you not able to hit the like button. But other than that, why y'all hit the? Come on now. If y'all watching this, hit the like button. Why? What's going on? Your hands tied up? What y'all doing? Hit the like button, please. Let's continue.
You can't have it both ways. You can't want to be a feminist. Those women are not masculine. You're a masculine. A man want to be with a feminine woman. Those women are feminine. You're not that feminine. Those women are very feminine. Those women are take care of their husband. You're not. You want to be a boss, babe. You want to be a career woman. You want to be a man and a woman, and you don't pick a side. So the men are flying out, and you're getting passed over by younger, beautiful, attractive women. Now deal with it. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Passport bros are market disruptors. They are disrupting the peace sleeve protectionism. They are breaking up the coochie cartel, if you will.
Coochie cartel.
Now I can't use the other word, so yeah. Okay, they're breaking it up. Black Americans had a coochie cartel.
Okay.
So the cultural programming is that black men must select a black woman from the United States. And if he doesn't, he's a sellout, he hates himself, he's a lame, and so forth. The passport bros have disrupted everything. We've done in our crack R&D department here at the Black Manosphere Conclave, because we got a number of quants, we got brilliant guys. Like I said, we do MIT level training. One of the brothers did a breakdown analysis and found that every time a brother files a DS-11 form with the United States Department, get a passport, a sister somewhere in Black America is taking a $30,000 a year hit, year on year. Now, they just revealed, and I can't remember who did it, but I saw it online. They just revealed an interesting statistic that the average man in America spends 15 grand on a woman, whereas he only spends about 1,500. So our number was 30,000. Their number was 15,000. Take your pick. Either way, that's a substantial amount of money every year. And how many black women can afford to take a $30,000 a year hit? How many black women can afford to take a $15,000 a year hit?
So everybody hates the passport bros, right? Because everyone says they go overseas, they get these girls.
Okay, girl. Let me put on my little.
Now, see, this what I be talking about. Oh my God! She popped on the screen. Now, that what's she gonna say? What's she about to say? See, this be what I be talking about. These be the ones. Let's see first, because I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt that she gonna say something that makes sense. These be the ones that be popping on the screen with some shit to say. I'm just saying. I'm just let's see. Let me not jump the gun. Let's see what's being said here first, okay? But just saying. Let's continue.
A cute little Timu wig, because I just feel like it right now. And I got these colored eyelashes on. And it just go with it. Yeah, well, I like this too. Hold on. Okay. Now let's talk. Okay, listen. I don't know. I haven't heard people talk about the passport bros in a long time. I think they're kind of fading out because I think a majority of them were very unsuccessful. And the reason is because they were not going with pure intentions. And the whole idea of the rise of the passport bros as of late in the last few years, because, I guess black men were making this decision because, the Western women, especially black women, were just so unsubmissive and masculine, you know what I'm saying? So they had to, no other choice but to go like it was a new revelation or something. As many people have already brought out, like, white men have been doing that, and it wasn't a new thing. And it's all kind of grouped into this toxicity of what men really think they want in a marriage, right? And yeah. So a real man is not gonna have to ask someone for submission. Okay, a real man is gonna do what he has to do, and then I believe actually that submission is innate in women, all women, and that if you're a leader, it's gonna be exuding from you, spilling from you without you having to say anything, and a woman's gonna get on board with what you wanted to happen. But guess what? What comes with that is being a submissive leader, is being a servant leader, because then you make that woman feel comfortable enough to trust you and to follow you, because she knows that you have her best interest at heart, because you create that environment that she is the best, she is royal, you will do anything for her, you will put your life down for her, and you care about her more than anything, and her well-being more than anything. That includes caring about her goals and admirations, caring about her dreams and what she wants to do. And it's not just about her getting on your program. What does she have passions about? Why don't you support her and what she's doing? And when you do that, a woman's innately going to give you back what you give her. If you support her in her career and support what she's doing, she's going to over and above do that for you. And that's what everything. You give her peace, she's going to multiply your peace 100-fold. You know what I'm saying? You give her sperm, she's going to give you a baby. It's all part of the plan. But y'all want it different. Y'all want to control stuff. Y'all want things your way. You want her to get onto your plan and ixnay all of her plans about her life. And most women ain't finna go for that. Okay?
Yeah, I agree with her that most women are not going to go for that, but this is why they're single. And to be quite honest, a lot of women who make these talking points haven't even been in serious committed relationships with men. They don't even know what they're guessing a lot of times. A lot of times they're just guessing. They don't really know anything about it because they've never been in serious committed. They've never had a man to commit to them and really show them what it's about. This is why this is all assumptions. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that they going off of talking points and what they think and what they feel. They really don't know in many cases. They're just making it up as they go. But when you have women who are actually in relationships, long-term marriages and relationships can tell you, hey, listen, when you have first off, a lot of them have never had a man who really loved them or who really put them first. And they don't know what that looked like. But the women who get that understand what a man's program is, and you understand that he has a purpose, and if he's the leader, then you won't have problem following him. I think women want men to accept them in their independent world. You know what I mean? If you want to, like she said, why don't you support her in her career? Like, why does she need support in her career if she has a career already? And if she meets a man who's okay with her having that career, and then she has her career, he has his thing, and you guys come together. But somehow women want all this. Why you need all this support if you're already doing this? Like, you know what I don't understand it. And I just think for women, they want so much more from men, and it's the things that they don't actually want to give a man themselves. Why does he have to do all this support for what you're already doing if that's what you're doing? And really, it just boils down to what type of life you want to have, what type of woman you want versus what type of man you are looking for. And I think a lot of these women just want men once again to acquiesce to what they're doing. You want him to change what he's got going on to fit your life. And you don't want to do the opposite. What I'm saying is, what do you want though? If you are already this career woman in your career, whatever, you meet a guy who's okay with that, then that's just what it is. He's okay with you having a career. He has a career. You bring it together, but they still be looking for a full-time supporter, even though they have a career and you're not a traditional woman. If you want a career and that's what you're going after, there are men who are okay with that because once again, he might be looking for a helpmeet. for you to come in and help, and y'all help each other and y'all build together, but they don't want that either. So you don't want to cooperate with men, but you want them to cooperate with you because you think you're the prize and you want your ways to be at the forefront. You don't want a leader. You want him to follow your lead. And that's where the problem stems from, in my opinion. Captain Caveman says, how much is that I'm not I'm not Captain Caveman, thank you for the super chat. That's crazy. Y'all are mean. Stop being mean, Captain Caveman. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think women, because they can work and make money, they want men to follow their lead. And they've already created a life for themselves and they don't want to change it. They don't want to cooperate. They want a man just to follow them, but pay everything. And I think that's the problem. You don't have a lot of these women who want to get on a man's program because they don't want to do that. They want you to get on theirs, though. That's what I see. You know, if you got a man who makes good money and he's paying all the bills and he bring you into his life and his livelihood, then that's you following his lead. That's you acquiescing to him. If he says, "Oh, I have a home already and I want you," and you come on, I'm gonna move you in, and look, we're gonna start our life together. You're here, you don't have to work or do anything. But then they push back against that. The ones who have that don't want it, and the ones who don't want it, the ones who have it don't want it, and the ones who don't have it want it. You know what I mean? Everything is opposite, is what I'm saying. The women who have full protectors and providers are screaming to get out of that. They don't want it. They're walking away. And when they walk away, they're still screaming and crying because it's not what they thought it was going to be. But the women who are out here saying, I would love to have a man to pay all the bills and I can just be at home, they're not getting it. So that's why I say you're damned if you do, damned if you don't as a man. It's like, because these women don't know what the hell they want. But they want control, but they don't want you to control them. They want to lead, but they want you to follow them, but they want you to be a masculine man and pay all the bills and do everything that they want you to do, pay for everything while they can still work. They don't want to be traditional women. They still want to be outside and work, but they still want you to be that traditional man who's just going to do whatever they say. That sounds like y'all want the control. Y'all able to work and pay your own bills, but you don't have the control the way you want to because you don't have a man that you can control. But y'all complain about men controlling you. What do y'all want? Do y'all want a masculine man who's leading, or you want a feminine man who's following you and do whatever you say, and you still don't respect him? It's just, and then this is what they should be expecting. I'm just saying. Continue.
Hey, I'm just saying, y'all want all this stuff, so y'all go over. So these new founded passport bros that have been so popular the last like 3 to 5 years or whatever, and now they're like just waking up eating the passport in their like 30s. It's like, nigga, like that's so crazy.
I don't know why
everybody.
Some people should not get that close to the camera. Like, just stay back. Stop getting that close to the camera. I'm just saying. Just stay back a little bit. Don't go too close like that. That's less, just saying. I'm sorry, D, you're right. I just thought about a cartoon.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Captain Caveman. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Let's continue.
Get a passport. Go see the world. Men and women, y'all. It's a big old world out here. Everybody needs to do that, right? And not just out here. And I hope you're not going to other countries and just smashing folks without like tests. And don't you know how rampant STDs are out here? I don't get it. People going out here, with sex voyeurism. But that's what most of the passport bros ended up doing. Just going out here and smashing these ladies that think are beautiful and not going nowhere with it because they really didn't have a plan. So most of them didn't even have a plan to marry them and bring them back. They didn't even know what they wanted. They just had money and was trying to throw it at places and didn't know. It just didn't work out. I don't see a lot of success stories.
Latrell, thank you, Latrell, for the super chat. Says, Dee, this woman name is Trigger. Okay, she actually went to Africa to find a husband and is now married to a man from there. Oh, okay. Shout out to her then. Shout out to her. Good for her. Good for her. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. Okay. Do your thing. Let's continue.
I'm sure it's a few here and there, but I don't see it. You show me the true longevity success stories from this venture, you know, and then I admit I was wrong, but it's not working. It didn't work for most of them. That's why most people ain't even talking about that no more. Well, we don't care. If y'all want to go, let go. We not mad at them. What we was mad at while they're leaving, in the back of their, you know, dusty throat, they gotta have black women name in their mouth about how unworthy and submissive we are. When if you just unsatisfied with the options that you have met in your life, go. You don't got to drag black women on the back end when you're going. Just go and do it. So all animosity that came toward them is them having to also add in front of that why they felt like they needed to go overseas and dragging black women because they didn't know how to create a good environment to get a woman to submit to them because they didn't treat people well, so they didn't get treated well back. Like that's where it comes from. If you were wondering, because this random post about the anger for passport bros seems a little misplaced, as I haven't really seen none of the passport bros talking much, or people even talking about them in like the last year or so. Like, look it up. All the little passport bro videos, even on TikTok, they from like 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't know, girl, but that's just my take on it. I just also want to quickly add, girl, bye. Bye, all the way bye to you. Talking about, oh, if it's a black woman, she definitely not finna cook for you and she definitely finna have attitude. Girl, go away. Who have you been talking to? What black woman do you know? Because every black woman I know knows how to throw down in the kitchen. Okay, that's part of our culture is cooking well. Okay, yes, it's a lot of newer or younger women.
Yeah, every black woman I know does not know how to cook. A lot of them do, I will say. And a lot of black men know how to cook too, sometimes better than the women. So listen, men know how to cook, they know how to clean, they go work, they know how to take care of themselves. It isn't this other, idea that as a black man can't do anything without a woman. That's a bunch of bullshit. Straight up. This is why, come on, y'all be out here, I don't know, looking like Humpty Dumpty, talking about what black. Come on now. A lot of these women cannot boil eggs. There are a lot of women I do know how to cook. Coming from New Orleans, yes. But there are some that don't know how to cook. Every woman don't know how to cook, okay? And a lot of them don't want to do it. That's another thing, too. It's not that some of them can't. They don't want to. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says Dee, what type of AI desperate woman is that on the screen, honey? I can tell you that thing is lying. Most women in other countries value monogamy. Thank you, Successful MD. Yeah, once again, they want to make themselves look good and they just don't look good, period. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you, bro. MIA Adam 305 says, this one ain't cute at all. Why did you go overseas? Child, I don't know, but thank you for the super chat, MIA Adam. I appreciate you, child. Captain K Man says, no disrespect, but I didn't know gap teeth come in the bottom row. Or is that a gravy stain from Miss Nose Gumbo asking for an orthodontist friend? Child, you a hot mess. No, you ain't never seen people with gaps in their mouth at the bottom and the top. It happens, child. It happens. Captain K Man, thank you. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for being. Y'all are wrong. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all on y'all breaks, hit the like button. Come on now. Well, let me see. We got 149, 114 likes. Somebody still didn't hit the like button. Come on now, y'all. Hit the like button. But, it is what it is, y'all.
who were focused on their career, they still know how to feed themselves, okay? Just like me, I know how to cook, but I don't like to. And so there's probably a lot of women like that, especially in these careers and stuff, who know how to cook but don't like to, and definitely not finna waste their time doing it for some man who's not even, doing what they're supposed to do as far as provide an environment so that you feel safe enough to want to listen to them and follow them, because they don't even know where they're going in their laws. So of course I'm not gonna waste my time in the kitchen trying to please you, and you don't even know what you're doing in your life. So get all of that, like, oh, well, black woman definitely ain't finna cook for them and definitely finna get, girl, please. That is the furthest thing from the truth. What happened is a lot of black women was doing that for a lot of these dusties, and these dusties still went behind their back and still was cheating on them and still was make them look like a fool, and so now they're done and they're over it.
But okay, why do women keep attracting dusties? That's the part I don't understand. Why y'all keep attracting dusties? Why, if the men are just, the dusties are bad, why can't y'all attract the men that y'all would really want to be with? Why can't you get because every man is not a dusty. Why y'all keep attracting dusties? Why you can't get a man who will give you what you want? That's the real question. Mellowish, I don't know if I'm saying Wilson. Thank you for the super chat. Says, in America, we have a First Amendment right.
Oh my God.
Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Successful MD says she went overseas looking for the runaway bears.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah. I just think it's just crazy. They complain about the dusties, but why can't y'all ever get the men that y'all would consider a non-dusty? Why y'all can't get those men? That's all I'm saying.
They're over being disrespected and doted on and used, and then as soon as these men get what they want from the woman, they turn around and disrespect the heck out of them. I was gonna say the F word, the F out of them. Yeah, it's not, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I know you want to get them their cake and let them eat it too, girl. And I'm gonna see how far you get with doing that. But that's crazy that they came out your mouth. That's crazy that they came out their mouth. That came out your mouth. And also, these men is just they want women to be very submissive to them, and just they want a maid. They don't care about your anything. They don't care about your favorite color. They don't care about what things you like.
But see, you have to speak for yourself. And I think this is the problem. They're generalizing their experiences. Maybe she's ran into a man who don't care about her favorite color. He don't care shit about her. That's not everybody's experience. Just because you haven't had a man to care and love on you for real doesn't mean that's every black woman's experience. And that's what I'm saying. I think we should speak from our own experiences. If you've been with 10 dusties and they all treat you bad, speak on those 10 dusties. But also look at yourself too and wonder why you keep attracting dusties. Because when I speak on my experience and say I've never been in a bad relationship, and then I was married young, and I can't say I'm in a bad marriage. My husband loves me and I love my husband. My husband is not a bad guy. He doesn't treat me bad. I've never been in an abusive relationship. I've never been in that type of relationship. So speak for your goddamn self. You know what I mean? Don't speak for everybody and generalize every situation, because every black woman's experience is not yours. I can't relate to your experiences. You keep talking about all the dusties you've been with and why they don't like your favorite color and why they don't like you and why they ghost you and why they treat you bad. Why is that? You got to ask yourself why you keep attracting men who treat you so bad and they don't give a shit about you. Why? Because that's not my experience. That's why I can't relate to that, and I can't speak on that, and I can't talk from that place, because that hasn't been my experience. And that's not everybody's experience. So I respect your experience, but speak from experience. Stop saying, oh, all these men gonna treat you dusty. And because I don't have that experience, honey. Oh, they don't even know your favorite color. Or they don't do shit for you and they don't do this. No, that's not my experience, boo-boo. No, and I can't even say I've been treated badly by any man. Can't say it. I can't relate. So why are you having that experience? Why are you attracting all these dusties that won't even buy you a Coca-Cola? Why have you've never had a man who would want to take care of you and put you first and love on you and treat you well and build a life with you and would knock somebody's head off for you, who's gonna be all about you and take care of you? Why you haven't found a man who treats you and regards you in that way? You got to ask yourself that, instead of putting all men in this category, because that's not everybody's experience. And then I think a lot of women jump on it in it because they've had that experience. But you got to ask yourself, look in the mirror for real, and look at you and ask yourself why you keep attracting these type of dusties that you're complaining about. Because every Black woman, it does not have that experience. There are Black women who are married to good men who love the hell out of them and will hurt anybody who try to come against it. Like, come on, there are a lot of Black men are about their women and about their wives and their families. So every Black man is not a dusty just because that's all you've attracted and that's all you've encountered. Speak on your encounters, not put everybody, and that's all I'm saying. But if a man was to say, you know what, all these women are just dusty and dirty and bad, y'all lose your mind because y'all don't even want to put every woman in that category, but y'all do this to men all the time. Look in the mirror and ask yourself why you keep attracting dusty, bottom of the barrel dudes. Ask yourself that. And stop putting all men in that category. Because it's not all men. You know? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself why you keep attracting that kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? So look, that's just that you know, I don't know why women do that and tend to make it seem like all men are in that category and that's all men that is doing that, but it's not. It's not all men. So yeah, I think women need to do better and speak on your own experience, not put every man in that category. That's all I'm saying. Let's see here. Captain Caveman says, I'll max out my card if you make it stop.
Oh my God.
Make it stop. You ain't ready for that. No, you're not. Thank you, Captain Caveman. Oh, Lord. Successful MD says, actually, it's customary for women in other countries to cook for you, even for friends. It's part of their culture and they take pride in doing it. I agree, Successful MD. I agree with that. Thank you for the super chat. Passport King 77 says, well, she can win blue ribbon at the country fair, child. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all are nuts. Thank you, Passport King. Irvin Hunt, what's going on, Irvin? Thank you for the super chat that just came in. What is this on my screen? It is making excuse to not do anything for a man, good or bad. Wow. Thank you, Irvin Hunt. I appreciate you. Malcolm says, I think she has been drinking. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of sound like it. I don't know. Thank you, Malcolm in the middle. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy. We almost done with this, y'all. Bear with me. Let's continue.
They just want somebody to have dinner ready for them. And that doesn't go a long way. And that's also why these women are leaving marriages after 20 years, because they realize they man don't even care about them. They just cared about everything that the woman was doing for them. There's a difference. There's a difference between a meaningful relationship. I hope you find that out. Peace.
Yeah, you know what I don't understand about women getting mad at the whole passport bro movement? It's the fact.
Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I don't know. Hold on. Well, see, y'all got y'all whisk. Can y'all hear me? Y'all got what y'all was looking for. Hold on. Hold on. Can y'all hear me?
Let's get our passports, bro.
Been getting mad at the whole passport bro movement. It's the fact that, like, you won. No, like, the men that you consider incels, the men that you hate, they left the country. They left the country for women that want them. Why are you tight now? Like, the shit just popped in my head. Y'all are mad that they're no longer going after y'all and are going after women of different countries and you're tight. And because y'all get mad at what you heard and not what I said, I am not talking about the men who are predatory going after women for predatory reasons. I'm talking about the men who say, I'm tired of feeling disrespected by American women. I'm leaving. Or maybe you guys rope that in as one and the same, which in that case, that's not fair. Like, that's the textbook definition of moving the goalpost. I don't like this specific type of man. Oh shit, he moved out of the country. Well, now he's just going after women who have no choice. Like, y'all got what y'all wanted and you're still not happy. Like, what the fuck?
Let's see what they have to say in the comments. Perhaps it's a money gripe. They have the money to leave when they could give me that money. Perhaps it's that kind of selfishness.
Right.
They want those men to wait around while they find themselves, so that they know that they have options to fall back on. Now there's no safety net. I never understood that. A girl had zero interest in me, but suddenly cared when she thought I was getting with her friend. Oh no, my validation is running away. When the demand isn't high anymore, the value goes down. That's what they're really mad about, losing power. They don't actually want those men, but they do want those men to want them back. It's an ego game, and men said they don't want to play anymore.
So I did a video earlier talking about how women go to other countries looking for American men to, get with. And I said, it's amazing to me how those women will follow those men out there after criticizing them for going to different countries to find women to either, date or marry. But they'll, like, those women to follow those men out there and then be surprised when those men don't want them, particularly black women. But I also wanted to say that they have an issue with that because they know that them going out there to try to actually deal with the men from those places is a lose-lose situation for them. Because if you're going to these countries where they're not as, financially stable, that means that you're going in there making more money than them, which means you're honestly putting yourself at a disadvantage for the type of man that you want, right? So you're going to chase the men that have the money to go and do whatever they want out there, or you assume they do. They don't want you. But then you also don't want the men from those local places because you also want to be taken care of, right? So what basically happens is that American women have no place to go for the type of man that they want. Y'all want men that are going to take care of y'all, but you also think that you're going to be making the decisions as a woman in that relationship. And you'll find out very quickly, even if you were to go to different countries that have men like that, they're way more traditional than America is. So America is the only playground that y'all women have. Because in order for you to get the man that you want in different places, you have to be a different type of woman that you've already decided that you don't want to be, which is why the men of America are leaving America to go to those different countries. So the problem is that women have problems with passport guys because they can go places and find what they want, but women can't go anywhere outside of America to find what they want. Because what they want is a man that would only exist in America. Other countries are way more traditional and expecting way more traditional values as far as how you keep yourself up, how you behave. Like, you're not going anywhere outside of America to find that. Like, your only pool is America, and so it puts you at a disadvantage. And that's why the women are really mad, because they don't have a place to go that men do. Like, men could go anywhere, especially black men. They talk as much crap as they want about black men, but we are wanted in other countries. Very much so. That's not the case for the women. Because you'll go to different countries and your behavior will not be appreciated. See, as a man, we go over there and we're always expected to be, you know, the protectors and providers anyway. So we can lean into that role, especially if the finances are a lot more conducive. But you guys want to be taken care of. So you going over there with your finances doesn't help you find the man that you want. Because all you're really doing is how Stella got a groove back. And you're getting somebody to take care of. And that's not what you really want. And this is why men always are going to win this situation. Because what men want, they can go out there and pretty much pay for. Even if it isn't real love, but they want romance or whatever. They can pay for romance. I wouldn't advise it, but they can. They can pay for romance, they can pay for cooking, cleaning, they can pay for everything. But what women want, y'all can't pay for. Y'all can't pay for a man that's gonna pay for you. Y'all can't pay for a man that's gonna take care of you and love you and cover you. That you can't pay for that. And so that's why I think a lot of women are much more upset about men going overseas, because even if women try to follow them, y'all can't get those men that left because they know they didn't want y'all. That's why they left. And y'all can't get the men that's there because those men either need you to take care of them or they're expecting you to be a certain type of woman that you just will not be. So you're kind of stuck. And I think that's why the passport bro movement is so hated by women, is because they recognize that it can only work one way, unless a woman is going out there to legitimately take care of a man, which is not what they want. They really don't have any options but to stay here in America and deal with the pickings that y'all say y'all didn't want in the first place. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I think he has a major point. What's going on, Ali? How are you? What's going on? Shout out to Ali in the building, y'all. Shout out to you, Ali. What's been going on? How you been? Listen, I think this man has a point, and I think this is why they get on the cameras and they become so angry. Is because they don't like the fact that men are looking elsewhere for suitable women. And I don't care if they're going out there to find women just for intimacy, whatever the reasons are, is irrelevant. These are grown men. They can choose to do what they want to do. They don't have to listen to you and do what y'all want them to do. And that's the problem. Once again, I say a lot of women, American women, want control. They want the very same things that they're complaining they're saying that y'all are doing. A lot of these women want control, but they hate a man to feel like a man is controlling them. They complain about a man, about men being controlling, but they want to be the controller. They're only mad because they want to flip the script. They want to be the leaders. They want to call the shots. They want you to do what they want you to do. And they mad because y'all are saying, hell no. That's the problem. This is why a lot of women are like, where are all the real men? A real man to a lot of these women in this country or in the West is the fact that now they feel like because they got a job, they have a degree, they feel like, oh, because I make money and I can pay my own bills and I don't really need you for that. They feel like they should be the leaders. Even though they talk about wanting leaders, they really want to be the leaders, because the truth of the matter is a lot of these women, this is why they get so mad about men and people in these spaces saying, hey, if you got a man and you want to be the leader and he's saying, hey, don't wear that, I think that's too revealing, or I want you to do this, or I want you to do XYZ, they push back against it because they don't want to listen to you. They feel like they are in the position to be able to do whatever they want, and they want you just to accept it. They want you as the men to follow them. I say it all the time, and this is something a lot of women don't want to accept or don't want to acknowledge, or they want to act like they don't know anything about it, but it's the truth. You could tell in their actions and in their behavior. They want to be the leaders. And this is why they have this mentality and this attitude when they get these degrees and these careers. This is why they're pushing so hard for higher education. Now you want to go get this PhD, because the higher the level of education they achieve in their minds, they're like, now I can call my shots, my own shots. I can do what I want, but I still want a man. But I want the man to follow me because I put in all this work. I've achieved so much, and I be damned if I let you come in and tell me what to do. This is why a lot of the more education these women get, the more single they are, because you can't tell them nothing. They're like, you can't tell me I got a PhD. So they think their PhD makes them smart in every area, and that you got to acquiesce to them. That's really what it is in a nutshell. And they keep going around in circles and all this other shit. It ain't about all that. It's about them wanting the control. Point blank and a period. That's what it is. You can't tell them what to do. You can't tell them how to dress because they make their own money, right? Because it was a thing that, oh, if the man makes the money, then you got to submit to the man. This is why they don't like submission, because you got to submit to the man because he make the money and you're at the house and so you got to listen to him because he's paying all the bills. So now they feel like, hey, I could pay my own bills. I call the shots. I'm superior to you now. They want the roles to reverse. They want the men to submit to them, which they don't want to submit to anybody. So they want the roles to change. They want you to be the submissive one to them because they feel they're higher. So they have all this education and you're beneath them. So you need to listen to them. That's what's happening. And so, you know, and now that men are not doing that, they are confused. Like, why won't you just submit? Why won't you just do what I say? A real man would just let a woman be a woman. This is what you hear. A real man will let a woman just do what she want to do, dress how she want to do, and you shouldn't be intimidated by that. That's why they use that intimidate. No, it's not that. If you want him to be the leader and a protector, he has to, you know, mitigate risk. He has to say, this, I know, look, I don't want to have to get in a fight over what you're wearing because somebody disrespect you. But she will want you to jump to her aid, but she don't want to do anything to try to mitigate that possibility because this man don't want to have to go out and fight and do all this kind of stuff. And maybe he's just looking at you saying that's a little inappropriate. You know, you could wear something, you could look nice in anything, but don't wear so much revealing. Don't do so. Why you got to tell me what to wear? And I wear what I want. And then they do what they want, but then they still want you to stand in the gap for anything that happens that could potentially happen where you have to defend them. You know what I'm saying? So so a lot of women just want the control to do what they want to do. That's it. That's just it. They don't want you to tell them nothing. They don't want you to have a say. They're able to make money and call the shots and do all this, but they still want you to pay for every damn thing. I'm like, if you're so high up and you got a PhD and also you make good money, baby, why don't you pay the bills then? How about you? If you want to be the man and you call the shots, then do what the men would normally do, who pay all the bills and call the shots. If you want to call all the shots, maybe there might be some man who would be like, you know what? She paying all the bills. You know what? I don't know. There might be some man who be like, you know what? Let her do her thing. Shit. If she paying all the bills, you pay all the bills and you handle all the financial load because you can. And then you call the shots, do what you want to do. Some man might be out there, might say, you know what? Okay, go ahead. Because I ain't got to pay nothing. I don't know how many men going to accept that, but maybe there's somebody out there might say, go ahead. If you want to do that. You know, it's sort of like, when you have teenagers, which, just say, I'm using an example, like in some households, the teenagers get a job for the first time and they get a job and they go work. And some parents are like, okay, you working now you can contribute. You can contribute to a bill. Some people, require that in their households where they require their children to pay a bill or pay something on the bill because y'all using the lights, y'all using the water. Hey, contribute to the bill, pay this. And then, or they feel like their parents are complaining about them taking long showers, or you use too much hot water and you don't pay nothing. And then they go get a job and like, you know what? I'll pay the water bill because I use a lot of the water. And then they're like, okay, you pay the water bill. I can't complain about you using too much water, too much hot water because you paying the bill. So you could go ahead, you paying it. So go ahead, you can use how much you want. Sort of like that. They want to take control of a certain situation where, they want to do what they want to do. So they set it up to be able to do it. I don't know. It's just confusing. I don't know too many men who will accept that, but I'm just saying, I think once again, women just want the control. They want the control. And that's just that. And most men are not willing to give that up because, who wants a man? You want a leader. And if he's a leader, he's not going to submit to a woman. Passport King says 54% of Black men are single without children via CDC, NIH. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. a lot of these women are just delusional and they don't care about statistics or any of that. They want to make it up in their head and they want you to accept it. Thank you, Passport King. I appreciate you. Successful MD says only fools think gambling does not have a price. Right.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's true. So yeah, it's just it's just getting to a point to where there's no return. Like, and a lot of these women don't understand the positions they're putting themselves in, and they're putting themselves in these positions, and then when they're there, they still playing the victim, and they're blaming men for it when they're doing it to themselves because they don't want to. They don't want to work with the man. They believe and feel that a man should just do everything for them, no matter how they look, no matter what. All women are 10s in the mindset of modern women. All women are 10s, and every man should be stomping the pavement, running behind these women to make them their wives and pay all their bills and take care of their kids or whatever they got going on. They want y'all just to jump in, just pick up the pieces and pay off their student loan debt and do all this, and then you're considered a real man. While these women have no clue of what to offer a man, they don't want to bring anything to the table, but what they got and what they have is just not good enough for men today. And so, yeah, you're going to have to just suck it up and deal with what you got. Bros put the wallet on D&D and join the soft life era. Yeah, you know, they got this financial celibacy out here now. Thank you, Successful MD. Financial celibacy. They're not trying to do anything for these women until they marry them. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Just like a lot of women say they shouldn't be expected to sleep with a man. Well, he shouldn't be expected to pay for you because it's a different time. It's not, we're in a different time, you know, so things are changing. So you have to change with the times. And that's just what it is. And a lot of women don't want to do that. They don't want to change with the times. They want men to just continuously be traditional men, and they just want to be whatever. They want to be whatever. And that's just not going to fly. So we're going to move on. I got another clip that I want to share with you guys. I have a couple of clips, but I have one in particular that I want to share with y'all. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button.
Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about you being no sin.
Hold on.
I know. Shocker. I'm going to say it again. Nobody gives a fuck about you being.
So this particular video is of Black women addressing the single motherhood crisis. You know, they're actually speaking out on, you know, single mothers thinking that people should be concerned about their situations because they're single mothers. I don't know how many times I've heard women talk in a way as if somebody owes them something because they're single mothers, that they use that as a way to I guess expect certain things from people, like, oh, these people are going to help me because I'm a single mother. Oh, I'm going to get this because I'm a single mother. That's an entitlement that a lot of these women have. And they believe that because they are single mothers, everybody is supposed to look out for them and give them special treatment, which I think is absurd. And I don't know how many times I've heard this in real life. You know what I'm saying? That you should expect something from a person or from any or everybody because you are a single mother. Like, you didn't put yourself in that position. And this is why they don't think that there's a problem with it, because they think that gives them something, that's an entitlement, and they expect something from people because they made poor choices. That's crazy to me. Thank you, Successful MD. I did read that one already. But it's insane. So these women are actually speaking out on this, and I want you to hear what they have to say. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Let's continue.
Nobody gives a fuck about you being no single mom. I know. Shocker. I'm going to say it again. Nobody gives a fuck about you being a single mom. I'm telling you this as someone who is a mom who happens to be parenting alone. Don't nobody give a fuck. Stop with the sob stories. Stop telling it to everybody that will listen. The first time you meet a man and he asks you if you have kids, you want to run down to over explain why, you know, you do have kids, but it's not your fault and this person left you. Stop. Please stop. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Other than your family, your immediate closest family, and your closest friends who you know are not going anywhere. Nobody else cares. So I want us to get in the mindset of dating your baby daddy. Like, when I say dating, I mean anything that your child's father does for you is optional. Anything, I mean, it's extra. It's extra. If he's doing, that's great, that's wonderful, that's amazing. But understand, mama's baby's daddy's maybe is a very real thing. When you made the irresponsible decision to have a child with someone who you either was not with, you did not know long enough to lay up with and procreate a child with. That's you're responsible. And I know, I also feel like baby daddies, deadbeats don't get held to the same standard that we get held to. I believe that wholeheartedly. But it's optional for them, and it's not optional for you. And the longer you keep sitting around wallowing in self-pity, the longer you keep operating out of bitterness, the longer you keep holding on and wanting to make him accountable, that is time, energy, and effort that you could be putting into changing your life and the life of your child. Because there is no savior, and nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. You are the savior. So when somebody...
But why are so many women looking for saviors when y'all claim y'all independent boss chicks and y'all don't need a man and y'all could get to the bag and y'all doing so much better than men? Why are you looking for a savior? Why are so many women looking for saviors when y'all say, oh, single moms are out here buying homes left and right? Single moms are doing the damn thing. They could do it by themselves. They don't need a man. Why are you run with the idea that you could do so well for yourselves? Why would you be looking for a savior? You don't need a man. Why? So why, it's like I swear it's like an oxymoron. It's like a delusional just state of mind 24/7. Why would you even want? Why do y'all bring that up? Like, it shouldn't be even a thing. Y'all should be living y'all best lives, according to a lot of these women. You should be living your best life. Y'all are sitting up here running with this idea that you don't need a man and you can raise your kids by yourself. Your kids don't need a father. But then y'all turn around and be low key hating on the choices you've made. Oh, we don't need a savior. You know, on one hand, what she's saying, look, nobody really don't want to see. They're saying they don't want to see this victim mentality with a lot of these single mothers, which people are tired of that, which you'll see later in this clip. But yeah, a lot of these women claim they don't need a man, but then low-key be wanting help. Like, I don't understand and say nobody's coming to save you. That's almost like a cry for help. Like, you want somebody to save you, but nobody is coming, so you got to accept it. That's what that's saying. I know nobody's coming to save me, but I wish there was somebody to save me. But at the same time, we boss chicks, we don't need it. Like, y'all, it's delusional. It's a sick mentality, in my opinion. You don't need them. I can do it by myself. I don't need a savior, but please, I wish I had a savior because I'm struggling. You make good money, but then y'all really broke. You need a man with 6 figures because you make it, but then statistics show a lot of y'all are homeless and living in your cars and living out of U-Haul trucks and U-Haul, trailers and all this kind of stuff. 1 minute y'all struggling, next minute y'all got it. You don't need a father for your kids when the kids are crashing out, tearing up your house and all this stuff because they're disturbed because they didn't have stable parents growing up. You outside, but you can't really afford it. You're in debt up to your eyebrows, but you don't need a man, but you want a man. You need help, but you don't need help. Which one is it? It's like it's a contradiction all the way around. It's too many back and forths. This is why I say the Bonnet Crew Society of America needs to get together. Y'all need a meeting. Y'all need to put out a PSA, and y'all need to have a meeting, baby. Y'all need a meeting of the minds. Y'all need to figure out where y'all at, what's really going on with y'all, because there's a lot of confusion out here. We can't keep up. We confused, and quite frankly, a lot of people just don't give a damn. A lot of men are saying they don't care, so they probably don't care. MIA Adam 305 says, no matter how deadbeat he is, you chose him. Oh my God. Exactly. And you chose him and you gave him children and now you're complaining and now it's just a lot. It's a lot. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. It's a lot. Let's continue.
Ask you what happened between you and your child's father. I want you to verbatim, this is what you will say. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us. And if they try to make you elaborate more, it's just really painful. It's not something that I like to talk about. Can we just switch gears and change conversation and end it there? Some people gonna say, oh my God, that's mean. You're girl. I don't give a fuck. It's mean that he left you to raise that child by yourself. It's mean that he lies and says that he's gonna show up and he doesn't. It's mean that he doesn't care about his own child. Dead him. Dead him. Dead him. I want you to think about, you need to sit and write down and figure out the life that you want to create for your child. And you need to come up with a game plan for how you are going to make that happen, and you alone. If somebody comes along and they come into the picture and they want to be, and do, that's beautiful and that's amazing, but that's not guaranteed. The only person that is guaranteed to give your child the life that you want to give them is you. Dead the baby daddy. Stop talking about the baby daddy. Stop harping on being a single mom. Stop talking about how bad it is. All you're doing is trauma bonding with other women. You're either trauma bonding with other women or you're scaring men off. Please let it go.
I literally cannot stand those comments where people
Just another day in the office. Few discretions advised.
be like, that's why it's important on who you pick to be your kid's dad. Like, oh, okay.
Okay, first off, that sounds horrible. It's important for you. What she said is important on how you pick who's going to be your kid's dad. It's important on how you pick. Right there, that shows you that there's a major problem in our communities, because she's not saying you need to vet a guy to be your, vet the proper guy who you want to marry. It goes straight to who you want to be your kid's dad. Aren't you supposed to be vetting a husband and a man? You supposed to, pick a man who's interested in you and wants to build a life with you and wants to marry you first. I'm just saying that would be the first, or the order of things. A man who wants to marry you and build a life with you, not just somebody that you pick to sleep with to say, oh, I want him to be my child's dad. I want him to be my baby daddy. You shouldn't even be that way. This is how out of order you see they are already, the way they talk. That's how you know. Don't think about commitment and establish relationships first. Oh, be careful who you pick to be your kid's dad. Okay, so how do you determine that? So, I mean, and then, this is how y'all pick the wrong guys. Because if you meet a guy and you're looking at him saying, "Ooh, he fine. I want him to be my baby daddy." And he'd be like, "Yeah, I want to be your baby. I want to be your baby daddy. Come on, give me a baby." That ought to be a red flag to you right there. That's not what you should be looking for. And how you pick men and oh God. Captain K Man, thank you for the super chat. Says Bonnie Crew greatest hits.
Oh my God.
Right. So it's just, thank you, Captain K Man. Once again, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, it's the mentality right there. You already saying baby daddy, you're not a man picking you to be his wife. Mauricio 91, thank you for the super chat. Says when I dated crazy, people looked at me like I was crazy. So it also makes women look bad when they try to make the baby daddy look bad. They don't get it. Exactly. I agree. Yeah. You make yourself look bad by, first off, by the people that you choose to create children with. And then you make a baby with somebody you say is a deadbeat and a dusty and he don't care about his kids, but you pick them. So that reflects on you too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you making him look bad, you make yourself look bad because you went along with that. You didn't have enough sense to say, you know what, this is not what I want. He's not conducive to us. I'm not trying to build a stable relationship. Y'all out here screwing and raw dogging and getting pregnant, and then you blaming just the man. Thank you, Mauricio. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
That's so Raven. I didn't know that everybody can see into the future. Like, no, half the time these men be wanting the kid more just to turn out to be a piece of shit dad, a piece of shit man. Later on, you thought that I seen that shit coming?
Yes, that's exactly what we think. We think that you got with this man, you were infatuated with him, the sex was probably good, he probably was spending money on you, so you ignored all the red flags that you should have paid close attention to. Not to mention how a lot of y'all ignore those red flags thinking that you're special. Oh, the thing that he did to that last woman, he won't do to you. But of course, that's a whole nother conversation now, isn't it? And so in turn, you were doing grown folks activities because he probably flew you out somewhere, fucked you on the balcony. Y'all was having such a great time, and then voila, now you're pregnant. And I know a lot of y'all like to avoid accountability like the plague. However, not in this case. There's always signs. People are people. The same way I could pick up on a man when he's cheating, y'all should be able to pick up on him when he ain't shit before you have that baby. But of course, you'll take this stance and try to remove accountability and responsibility for the decision you ultimately made. Because at the end of the day, you have the last decision on whether that child is born or not. And not only that, you also have the last decision on who you date and sleep with. So no, we don't expect you to be That's So Raven. We expect you to be a full-grown adult that takes full responsibility for their actions and decisions. You can't have the power of choice without the power of responsibility, sweetheart. But, of course, in your world, that ain't the thing. Fortunately for you, you ain't gotta listen to shit that I'm saying because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep it change.
Exactly. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why we always say there's no accountability, because you get to choose what you want, and then you don't think about the consequences, and you don't choose the right way, and then it's all of a sudden all the man's fault. You know, and you chose a guy who didn't give a shit about his children. You didn't vet him well enough to decide or to know, because you don't have to, you didn't vet them long enough to know what it is that they wanted. And if a guy is just dating you and telling you I have my baby, then that should be red flags to you. That should be something that you pay attention to. No, I'm not just gonna have your baby unless we're gonna be together and you were willing to be in a committed relationship, because a child needs two parents. And this is why I say there are so many women out there who don't even believe that. They don't even believe that a child needs stable parents and a stable home. So they wouldn't pick a guy who wants that, because they don't even agree that even is necessary. They believe that they can raise the children by themselves. So your priorities wouldn't be a stable man, a marriage, a commitment from the person before you give them a child. They don't even see that as something that's necessary. So of course you're going to go in and saying, oh, let me see who I want to be my baby daddy. Does he qualify? Oh, he's fine. He's handsome. He's tall. So boom, I want you to be my baby daddy. You going out and pick a baby that is already off collar. That's already out of line. That's already not good. That shows you where your mental capacity is, that you don't even understand the importance of creating children in a stable two-parent household. So you're not going to pick the right ones. And you shouldn't be surprised that he's walked away or he don't want to have nothing to do with the kids, because you picked that type of guy. And even yourself, you're not in the mental capacity to even pick right or go or date the proper men for real stable relationships and marriage, because you don't even know what is needed. So nobody's surprised. And then y'all complain, but y'all keep going after the same type of guys, getting the same type of outcomes, and then you still saying, oh, these deadbeats. Why you keep attracting deadbeats? Why you keep giving deadbeats your body? Why you keep making kids with deadbeats? That's the part y'all should be looking at. That's the part you should be focused on. Why you keep giving your body to deadbeats, men who don't even want to care about taking care of the kids. That's a you problem. That's not always them. They the deadbeats. If I met a deadbeat and I clearly see and understand that he's a deadbeat, why would I go give him I wouldn't even pay him no mind. I would ignore him like the plague. Why? Because I don't want to be with a deadbeat. I don't want somebody who don't want to be there for their kids. And that's not every man. A lot of men love their kids and love their wives and love their girlfriends or whatever the case may be. They love their families and stuff. But y'all keep going after the men who could care less, because that's what you are attracted to. But ask yourself why, or you keep being attracted to deadbeats and men who don't give a shit about you or their kids, who be like, I don't care about them kids, and keep moving. Why you keep giving your body and time to that? Y'all got to look at that, because y'all keep making the same mistakes over and over and over, and you're not realizing what's happening, that a lot of it is your picking, your doing, your accepting. So yeah, you gotta turn that mirror on yourself and start thinking about how you're going about this, and not just because you keep throwing it on the men, but that's not making you reflect and get it right. That's why y'all keep making the same choices over and over. That's how you could be a 3-time baby mom and not realize that you are the problem. And so, yeah, so walking away, keep doing this and not learning is causing y'all the turmoil that y'all are experiencing. Thank you, Liddell. What's going on, Liddell? Jefferson 3250. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. Says I agree with you, Dee. She didn't say nothing. Thank you, Liddell. Thank you so much for being here and for this generous super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, and so I mean, they don't realize that they're the problem, but they keep blaming men. Y'all gotta stop blaming men. It's not gonna make it any better for you. Putting the onus on a man is not going to help you because you keep allowing it. Like I said, even when I tell men, I say, listen, don't allow a person to disrespect you, because if you allow that, they're going to keep doing it. So you have to decide not to deal with that. You got to put your foot down and say, hell to the no, you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to talk to me crazy. Because if you don't do it, then you are allowing that behavior. And this goes for women and men. If you allow somebody to take advantage of you and treat you bad, you have to own the fact that you're allowing it and not to do that anymore. Bottom line. So the onus can't always be on one person because you are allowing it. You don't have to allow it. If nobody's forcing you to do something, you are contributing to the problem. That's all. Let's continue.
Listen, let's stop this fucking now. Let's stop it now. There is no village. Let me tell you, young girls, what nobody's gonna tell you. You got fucking 3 kids at 24 years old. You're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry. You're getting ready to be depressed. You're getting ready to want to unalive yourself. Okay? You're so in love with the baby daddy and you keep laying on your fucking back. You're going to be alone. Your friends that all think your baby's cute, while they're out twerking something cute in a cute little pretty girl outfit arrangement, you're going to be home with those fucking babies. Drowning in postpartum. Drowning in depression. Drowning in your fucking mistakes and decisions. And all your friends, I'm your friend. No, ain't no fucking friends, babe. That's just what they are. Your friends are not your baby dad. Nobody's gonna tell you. Your mother's not gonna tell you. Your father's not gonna tell you. You're gonna find out when you call them because you have a job interview and nobody can watch your fucking kid. And they're home. They're off that day. You're gonna find out when you're down to the change in the middle of your console to put gas in your car. That love ain't all that. Love takes hostages and will leave you and your kids in fucking poverty and turmoil. So buckle the fuck up.
Listen, she ain't sugarcoating it. And she's just saying it like it is. You know what I mean? And then sometimes you need to hear it in that way. I'm just saying. Whitney 9575, thank you for the super chat, says, I wouldn't paint all single moms with the same brush. Some are widowed or were in relationships that didn't work out. Listen, I agree, Whitney. And I try to, I get that every situation isn't the same because it's true. It's true. That's a fact. Thank you for the super chat, Whitney. I appreciate you. But I would do that, and I understand that it's not all of women are in that position. But this messaging wouldn't apply to those women. There are women who are widowed. You are absolutely right. Who were in relationships and it just didn't work out. But I think there are a lot of people who I don't know, they just don't take any accountability for. Listen, a relationship takes two, right? So a relationship, if it's successful, then it still took two people to make it successful, right? It's just not one person. When a relationship fails, it still took two people for that relationship to fail because you both have a part in it. Thank you, Whitney. I appreciate you once again. I think what happens is a lot of women make it seem like when a relationship failed that it was all the man's fault and they take no accountability in the part they played in the demise of the relationship failing. And so I just think when women speak, these type of women, they paint men in that same brush. They do it all the time. Men, black men are just this. They all just this. They all that. And, while I can distinguish between the fact or understand that this is not all women, I get it. It's not. There are women who have been married, their husbands passed away, and now they are widowed. Exactly. And then now they're picking up the pieces. But that is not what we hear from. Those are not the majority of the single women that we hear from. We hear from the women who have just picked the wrong men. You know, people have, even men understand the fact that there are some women who were married and widowed and now they're widows. Everybody, people understand that part. But I think, once again, those are not the women we hear from. We don't hear from the widowed women. We hear majority of women who have made poor decisions over and over and over, and they're not learning from it. That's what we hear. That's what we see. Oh, one was a narcissist. One is passed away. He was in the streets. One is abusive. Oh, he beat my head between the washer and dryer, so I had to walk away from him. The other one, he's deceased. Somebody shot him. You know what I'm saying? All we hear is the poor choices side of it. I think men and women alike can understand a woman who was married and now we get that. But that is not the majority. The majority of these women are just making poor decisions and they want excuses for it and they want to be considered victims. But every time you say, okay, what was your role in this? They look like, what the hell you mean? What you mean my role? What you mean? What did I do? What you mean? What did I do Because when you say, hey, something is not adding up, wait a minute, you've been all these relationships and all the men, narcissists, abusers, gangbangers who beat the crap out of you, all these bad men, and you gave each one of them a child. You were never married. You didn't require marriage. You didn't require 6 figures. You didn't require commitment. You didn't require any of this. You was out here just busting it open, spreading it wide, right? But then when you ask the question, because women are used to being victims, no matter what they do, no matter how they contributed negatively to a situation, they still want to be considered the victims because they're women. So when you ask, okay, what did you do in a relationship? What did you do? Once again, it's like, what you mean? What? Where'd that question come from? How did we get here? What you mean what I did? He was abusive. Okay. How long were you in a relationship? I was in that relationship for 8 years. He beat my head between the wash and dry. So you got with a man who beat your head between the wash and dry and you decide to stay? And in some cases, you gave him a baby because you thought, this was cool, right? And I'll give you, maybe in the beginning you didn't see the signs. Maybe he faked, because that is a thing. You can act like you're a good person and just to, and then turns out you're not that good. So I'll give you, they seem nice in the beginning, but then they flipped. Okay, that could happen. And you gave him a baby. You still didn't require marriage because most of them aren't married. And even if you marry somebody, they could fool you. That's the thing. I can accept that. But then, then the second year, third year, he started becoming crazy. He was good the first 2 years. Third year, he got crazy. He started showing you his true colors. He started showing you, beating your head between the wash and dry, and you like, oh, snap. I can't do this. This is crazy. And then you give him another baby. Even after he revealed himself. Like, it's a lot of steps and a lot of things that are being missed that on the outside looking in, even if I can give you some, because I know men aren't perfect and there's some crazy men out there too that you have to be on the lookout for. But this is why, what I'm saying is people jump into these relationships because he was fine and he was cute. And then you realize he's a narcissist and he's this and that. And then you don't walk away. Just like women say, if you meet a guy that's not your cup of tea or whatever, then don't deal with him. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have red flags and you have moments where you could see who this person is, but they keep giving them children and staying with it. And then still blaming the man as to him being the problem of every situation. There's just no accountability. I think women have to take some accountability for their role in these situations, and then if you walk away from that narcissist and that abuser, right, and you get out of that with your life, you get out of it, but you got a child and you're raising your child, how come you keep picking the same type of guys over and over and over and claiming you don't know? That means you're not learning the damn thing. And you're not doing anything differently every time you deal with a guy. You would think the first time you deal with an abuser, narcissist, or whatever, and you got a child with him and he don't want nothing to do with you or the child, and you walk away, that you would be more cautious the second time, that you would do things differently, but they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and acting as if they have no stake in it. You have no parts of it. It's all the man. That's a lie. And I think that's the problem. We understand the situations of women who were married and became widows. We're not talking about them. We're talking about willful acts. People keep doing the same old thing, looking for a different result. And then sometimes you're doing it because you want to be the victim. You know that people are more partial to help single mothers and look at you as a victim. And some people thrive on that. They thrive on victimhood. So yeah, that's the ones we're talking about, because you don't learn anything. You keep doing the same thing and you want people to see you as a perpetual victim to get aid and help and just act like you're just always a victim and you don't play a part in that. That's the insanity of it all that I'm pointing to. Latrell, thank you for the super chat once again. Says, I don't think they realize they're dating themselves, because the type of men they complain about is the same type they raise. Exactly.
Oh my God.
And they're not exempt from that type of behavior. You attract a lot of times what you are, and they don't see it. A lot of times they're the narcissistic people that they're complaining about. They're the ones who be abusive in many situations. And they keep finding guys that are like that because that's what's equivalent to who they are. But they don't see it because they know as women, you could always play the victim. So it doesn't matter. And nobody's going to question your behavior and your part in it. You're just going to blame the men automatically. So that's a problem to me. Thank you, Latrell. I appreciate you. Yeah. Let's continue.
Because I'm going to tell you what nobody's telling you. Them fucking babies are yours. And that man ain't never gonna fucking change. This shit is hard. And I have more than a lot of you bitches. And I'm struggling. So let me tell you bitches what nobody will. Let me tell you what nobody will. Especially you young girls who keep laying on your fucking backs having all these babies thinking it's cute. I know what you're going through behind closed doors. I know you're crying yourself to fucking sleep. I know you're overstimulated and you're being a mean fucking mom. I know what the fuck is going on. So you can try to post your pictures and their cute little dresses and their shirts. But baby, I got two. One's with my ex-husband from a very formal relationship, okay? By the book. And the other is from a narcissist that I got with after. I wish I would have knew better.
Yeah. You know, I watched my mother work 2 jobs, you know, and to put food on the table and pay the rent for our little apartment, you know. And so I grew up going, that's what you have to do. You got to work however many jobs and grind hard to make it happen. I was a single mother, so I didn't have time to sit down. I remember one day, and this, like, Marcel was like 4 years old. I was so tired. I wanted to cry. Like, you know, I wouldn't wish being a single parent on my worst enemy. Literally, because, you know, think about when you're exhausted and it's like the baby's crying. Oh, can you go get him, honey? There was no honey. I was honey. You know? So if I worked 12 hours and I come home, I was still honey. If the baby's sick, everything fell on me, you know, and I just remember one day I was on the sofa and I just wanted to give up. But that's not in me either. You know, I think those thoughts, but then my ancestors go, girl, you better get up.
You know, and that the village is dead, because when we told you to leave that dirty D, trichomonas spread and missing side tooth, gingivitis ass nigga the fuck alone. You told us to mind our fucking business and you knew what was best for you. Now you got his fucking kids and you want us to be your backbone?
I'm not even gonna hold you. The content surrounding blasting y'all baby daddy don't hit like it used to, because women are shifting to being more accountable. So if you had a baby by a loser, nobody cares anymore because it was your fault. So many of us are letting lust and desperation for love have us linked up with men who don't even care about you, wouldn't be interested in you if you wasn't giving them your body. Then you procreate with him and then you mad because he doesn't want anything to do with it. Then y'all man, well, not everybody wants to be married and not everybody wants to take care of their children. As a woman, the responsibility is always going to fall on you. And because it's always going to fall on you, there's a certain level of protection and there's a certain level of seriousness you need to have that the man will not have. That man has the ability to walk away. You don't.
Oh, baby. Oh, my God. 1000% agree with what she's saying because it's just the truth. You can be in denial all you want, but it's the truth. And I think it's the quicker you recognize that and understand that, the better off you would be. And we see it. This is not a new occurrence whatsoever. I've been seeing this my whole life. Women never take accountability. It's always Jermaine's fault. Always Jermaine's fault. And I think this is why they're in the pickles that they're in. No accountability. Y'all know y'all was out there trying to get Long D Willie. That's all you cared about. Screwing and raw dogging and having a good time. You care more about screwing and having a good time than what's important. And it's both men and women. Y'all know Long D Willie is waiting on the sidelines. He don't give a damn. Y'all know these men, a lot of these types of men, all they care about is pound town. Y'all know this, but you want it too. And you don't want people to shame you for wanting it too. But at least be responsible if that's what you're going to choose to do and not bring a child into a situation where you know Long D Willie only wants sex. He don't want a child. Y'all be knowing this a lot of times. Not all women, but a lot of y'all know there's no commitment. There's no, I'm going to make Long D Willie my husband. You know he don't want to be married. You know he only for the streets, but y'all run to him because he tall, he handsome, he got a long D, and you want some of that.
Oh, my God.
And you want it so bad out of desperation, you don't care if he strap up or not. You just go in, one thing led to another. Where y'all think that come from? One thing led to another, and you know what Long D Willie was about. Yeah, he ain't your man. Y'all know what he about. All the women go for the Long D Willie. All the women lined up. Ooh, girl, I want some of that. And then when you get that and more, now you complain. Now you think Long D Willie gonna commit to you? He's still Long D Willie, baby.
He's still Long D Willie. He ain't gonna change. He been Long D Willie before you met him. He Long D Willie when you met him, and he gonna be Long D Willie after. Why do you keep expecting Long D Willie to commit to you because you were irresponsible? That's the point. And then you want to say Long D Willie ain't want to commit to his child. Well, he didn't commit to the other ones, or the other women, or all the children he made.
Why do you think you're special? When you knew what was going on a lot of the times. Come on now. Come on. Y'all be tripping and y'all think people are stupid. We see this. I've seen this happen. It's not every woman. Trust me. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. It ain't you. I'm talking about the ones who go after Long D Willie. Y'all know his game. But y'all want to take that chance anyway? Then it's on you. Long D Willie ain't trying to wear no protection. If you gonna let him go in there raw, he gonna raw dog the shit out of you.
Oh, my God.
Period. He's not responsible. He don't give a damn. That's the part y'all don't understand. They understand it, but they want to play dumb. Like you don't know what's going on. Long D Willie don't give a damn. If you gonna let him go raw, he gonna take it. Whatever happens after that, that's on you. He don't give a damn. So why do y'all keep going to the men that y'all know don't give a damn and put yourself in a predicament to where you gonna have the responsibility of all the pregnancy or whatever? Because you know he don't care. He don't take care of the children he made that he got already. He outside. Anybody that's trying to get it, he gonna give it to you. So why is it that women keep running to Long D Willie types and y'all know what's up? But then y'all want to play victim because you want to be perpetual victims.
Oh, my God.
Right, because you know people going to say, oh, girl, now he wrong. How he wrong for being who he's always been and you knew what he was about? Now you want him to flip up for you because you think your vagina is going to make Long D Willie stop what he's been doing because that's just what he chose to do. Is he wrong for it? Yeah, you could say he's wrong. But if you know what he's about, why do you go that way? I've seen this shit happen too many times. And then y'all want to act like y'all didn't know nothing. Oh my God, he flipped up. No, he didn't. You met him. You knew it was Long D Willie because all the other chicks told you, girl, he Long D Willie, girl. Ooh, girl. You might want to, child, I'm going to tell you, he packing. And then you go, girl, he is. Okay. He ain't your man. He been outside. Y'all been seeing how he move. Y'all know he got 5 baby mamas. You didn't give a shit because you was more interested in Long D Willie than a commitment. And you know he wasn't going to commit to you. Come on now. So there are a lot of cases like this. This is why when you talk to these women, or what happened in this relationship, it was never a relationship. That's about that I want to tell you because it's embarrassing. It was never a relationship. They was just hitting it and quitting it. You were just having a good time and you happen to get pregnant. And then you want to make it seem like, oh, these men just walk away from their responsibilities. He never had no responsibilities. He never cared about you or that goddamn child. And that's where you should have had more sense to not go that route because you already know what it is. You thought and a lot of them know that you hear these women talking about, oh, I got pregnant for my sneaky link. I got pregnant for my one night stand. You know that person wasn't trying to be with you. You know this. But you didn't protect yourself well enough to not get pregnant by these people who you knew you was never in a relationship with. Now that's called keeping it real. I have yet to see women in mass come out and say, you know what, I wasn't in a relationship. I was just having a good time. Damn. And I didn't protect myself and I ended up pregnant. That's my fault. You don't hear women saying that because it's easier to play the victim because people, you want the sympathy. You want people, oh my God, these men are just trash and they just do this and do that. Well, why you keep going to the well of trash men? If that's, why do you do the most? You had a good time with Long D Willie. He made you feel great. And that's why y'all keep going back. That's why, and then you find another Willie D equivalent. You had that one child, that ain't enough to show you, child, this is not what you should be doing. It ain't hard enough. Then you get this itching and scratching for some more Long D Willie. And then you find another one who's another equivalent to the first Long D Willie. And you go and you have a good time. Boom, too much good of a time because that's what you like. And then you're pregnant again. Now you keep repeating the cycle. You don't want to say, oh my God, Long D Willie would put it on me. I love that. I love that feeling. But damn, I didn't want this baby, but you didn't protect yourself enough to do it because you like the raw dogging with Long D Willie. Let's be honest. You like the raw dogging with Long D Willie because it made you feel real good. And you keep going after that type because you can't help it. But you making all these other excuses like, oh my God, these men are just so bad. No, you're the problem. Because that's all you care about is Long D Willie experiences. And you keep going to that same well and you keep letting him knock you up. And you already know he didn't give a damn. So that's why you have 3-4 time baby mamas because y'all like the Long D Willie experience. That's it. Y'all, they be trying to make this like this is something more in depth than what it is. And a lot of times it's not. It's not. And that's why they can't explain it. That's why what happened to the lad? Oh, he dead. Or the other one. Oh, he's a narcissist. Oh, my, he's an abuser. No, you was never in a relationship with him. How about that?
Oh my God.
You was never in a relationship. Y'all was just having a good time. And the lady literally said, I wasn't worried about babies and I wasn't worried about all these other relationships. I was just trying to get to the D. So she was telling the truth. That's what y'all be getting to because y'all like sex just as much as men and you don't care about commitment. You don't care about this marriage and all of this shit. All you trying to do is have you a good time and feel good. That's it. You don't care if it's somebody, you don't care who it's with. And you're not worried about commitment, marriage, relationships, none of that. You just try to have a good time and that's it. And then you end up with a baby. And then all of a sudden you're talking about, oh, these niggas don't want to take care of responsibilities. Well, you already knew that, ma'am. So that's why I say the women are the ones who have to get it together because y'all are choosing to do this stuff. Y'all are choosing to go about it the way you're going about it. But then you complain and blame it all the men when you made that choice. You decided you wanted to go with Long D Willie and you didn't care about protection. You know he don't care and you didn't. So you don't have to go there. That's the point that I think a lot of people are making. You don't have to go over to Long D Willie. You could stay away because you already know what he's about. And you could preserve yourself to say, nah, I'm not going over there because I know what he about. Y'all getting me caught up. And require something more before you create children with people that you know ain't going to give a damn. So, yeah, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And I just think there's no accountability on that front. Is every situation like that? No. We know that. But the ones who be out here complaining, this is why when you get to the nitty-gritty of the situation, is you start to realize, oh, snap. We see what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's always surface level and they don't want to talk about it because it's going to expose them. Come on now. I wasn't born yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. And I've seen this in real life. Social media didn't have to happen for me to see these types of things happening, because I've seen them happen already. And I know what it really is. And this is why I don't subscribe to the Bonnie Crew Society of America, because what they do is they coddle this behavior. They condone this behavior. They hide this behavior. They protect this behavior. It's all about, making you feel comfortable in your foolishness, and agreeing with it and making excuses for it and making it seem like, oh, you're not the bad one, girl. Because, girl, we grown, we do what we want to do. But if you grown, you make certain choices. You should be grown enough to accept the consequences of those and not just blame it solely on somebody else. Because if these women really told you the truth, you would hear what I'm saying. You would realize, damn, oh, so you willfully made these choices. You knew you wasn't in no relationship. You knew this man wasn't going. If you got pregnant, he didn't care. They be knowing what really is, but then they flip it up and lie just for sympathy and pity. And so people can feel sorry and play the perpetual victim. That's what it is in many of these cases. You know what I'm saying? And then when you start bringing logic to it, or saying things that like, have you ever did you require marriage before you made a child? They feel small then. It makes them feel bad. And this when you hear them say, well, you're not going to try to make me feel bad. No, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, ma'am. I'm just asking you a question. You never thought about marriage, and you feel bad because you never thought about it and you never required it. I'm not trying to make you feel nothing. I'm just asking a question. You feel bad because now it's something you never required, you never thought of, you never cared about. But in hindsight, it makes you feel a certain way. Your own actions make you feel that way. I'm not trying to make you feel that way now, because people are saying, hey, you never required marriage? Why wouldn't you want a marriage? Why you wouldn't want that? And before you make kids, because people ask, now you feel that kind of way. I ain't making you feel like nothing. You feel bad because you've been around the Bonnie Crew sisters hood of society and making you feel like, girl, you do your thing, girl, you do what you want, and they condone that behavior. But when somebody outside of that asks some logical questions, you feel bad on your own, because you that's you doing that to you, because those are the choices you made and you didn't care about it. You never thought about it. When somebody make you think about it, in hindsight, you feel bad yourself, because you're like, damn, I did have 4 kids, 4 different dudes. I never required. I was just out here screwing and raw dogging. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nobody don't have to make you feel bad. You feel bad about your own choices. And when anybody bring it up, you pissed and you want to fight because you made them. I didn't make you make the goddamn choices. Shoot. I didn't tell you to do that. I'm just asking you, why didn't you require more? And this is, in hindsight, this is why a lot of women are saying, oh, I know my value now. Now you're requiring more, but it's too late. This is after the fact. Now men don't see you as a requirement or see you as a choice because of your choices. You aren't chosen by your choices, and it's nobody else's fault that you chose or why you chose the way you chose. That's no man don't have to worry about that. Don't have to deal with that. Because just like you don't care about his life and the things he chose, he don't have to care about yours. That ain't his responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I tell women, listen, think before you act. Make choices that will benefit you in the long run. Don't just go out here all willy-nilly doing things and making irrational decisions, because there are consequences. And if you don't like the consequences associated with your actions, make better choices. That's it. Bottom line. That's it. Bottom line. Stop blaming all men for the choices you made. Those men didn't put a gun in your head and make you choose that. You chose what you chose. So just accept it. Yeah, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm saying make better choices and learn from the ones that you've already made. If you already was with a dude just because he was fine and got a baby out of wedlock and you're a single mother, learn from that. He don't want to have nothing to do with the baby. Don't do it again. Don't do it again, because the more you keep doing that, it's putting you further and further behind, further and further at a deficit. That to one day, if you really want a stable marriage or relationship with a man that will commit to you, it's going to be difficult, because those men have standards. They're not like Long D. Willie standing outside just ready to pound anybody. No, these men have standards and they're not like that. Every man is not the same. And y'all got to stop letting these Bonnie Crew members tell y'all that. So you assume that every man going to be the same, so you could just be reckless. No, because you're putting yourself further and further away from something you're going to eventually want. Men who have standards don't want a woman that's been ran through with 3 and 4 baby daddies. No, he want to create his own family. And those particular men would like to get married and have a family with the right woman. And you wouldn't qualify for them. So think about that. Before you go out here thinking Long D Willie is so great and you just want that feeling, that is temporary. And if you just gotta go Long D Willie route, don't make no baby with him because he ain't gonna take care of the child. And then you shouldn't do that and then talk about, oh, men don't take care of their kids, because that's not true. When the stats still said 54% of men are single and childless. They don't even have children like that. But y'all in that small pool of Big D Willis who's sitting around just waiting to screw you. And you trying to go to him because you lonely and you ain't had a man to hug you in years, so you just go run right to him. Knowing he gonna set you up for failure. He don't give a damn. You can't make people who don't give a damn. I'm just saying. Jontel, what's going on, Jontel? Thank you for the super chat. Says, Larry Longstroke is like McDonald's Big Mac.
Oh my God.
You knew what it was when you ordered it, paid for it, and swallowed it. Enjoy heart disease. Exactly. You know what it is, but you choose to go that route anyway. And then you won't play victim. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. You made that choice. Thank you, Jontel. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah. Right. It's just what it is. And it's not bashing, it's being honest. And I think if you start to be more honest with yourself, you can be more realistic and not delusional and understand that you can't force something on somebody that they don't want. And if you put yourself in that position, you have to take accountability for your choices. If nobody made you do that, it's your choice. You can't get mad at people for having standards and don't want the choices that you made. Everybody is not the same. Stop thinking that. Stop letting the body crew societies of America set you up for failure. Oh, girl, go out here, girl. It's empowerment. Go sleep with whoever you want because men could do it, so we could do it. Yeah, but you got to run the risk of getting pregnant. On top of that, diseases and other things. But you know, if you're going out here recklessly sleeping with people, that you're going to be left holding the bag. These men don't want you seriously. If a man is not committed to you and in a serious relationship with you or vetting you for marriage and really want to be there with you and that's established, you shouldn't be sleeping with him. Because if he's not committed to you, what makes you think he's going to be committed to a baby if you get pregnant? So y'all can say, oh, it's the men's fault because they sleeping with you. Well, you sleeping with them. So it's equally your fault. You can't turn somebody into a responsible party if they're irresponsible, just like you are irresponsible. So that whole argument, it just every time it just gives me a swimming in the head because I'm like, how do y'all not see this? If you don't want to be caught up in a situation where you are left holding a baby by an irresponsible man, don't raw dog them. Don't have sex with them. You don't have to do that. Go get you some toys and play with those toys. Because there are lots of toys out here. At least you won't end up with a baby by somebody who don't want to be a father. At least you won't have to worry about that. At least you won't have to worry about no diseases. You know, most you get if you're playing with a toy, you might get a yeast infection, but I mean, there's medicine for that because you're playing with them toys. And if y'all don't clean them properly, you could get a yeast infection or a bladder infection or something like that. I mean, that's much easier to deal with than a whole child by a deadbeat that you say is a deadbeat. And you run around here and have to take care of a child by yourself. So think about it. This raw dogging is not all what it's cracked up to be. You're out here thinking that's so great. And then when you left holding the bag and you have to be responsible, y'all are complaining and you realizing it's difficult. That's what these women were saying in this video, some of them. That is hard. You're going to go through an emotional trauma because you done put yourself in this predicament for the most part. So you got to think better. You got to do better. That's all. Don't go out here giving babies to men that you know won't even commit to you or the child. Find a man that wants to be a family man and wants to be with you, because that man who wants to be a family man, he's not going to abandon his kids. And he cares about where his seed is placed and where he's placing it. There are men who literally care about that. There are men out here who are not just slinging that thing everywhere. But y'all don't go for those because not all, but a lot of women are attracted to the same Long D Willie. That's what we're saying. They want the men who can get women. And the women want, unfortunately, they all going after Long D Willie. He's tall, he's handsome, he got swag, he's all that. He's chilling, smoking his blunt on the side, the corner stove. He got something going on. Y'all like that, and y'all going to him, and all y'all get knocked up by him, and he could care less about you or a kid.
Oh my God.
So do better. Do better. Because you can't keep using that as an excuse and blaming that person when you are free to make choices. You are free to make your own choices and decisions. If you keep choosing to go there, you can't get mad at the consequence. Y'all know what it is. If this is not somebody who wants to be with you and committed to you, and that if you with them and you get pregnant, they like, if they're not like, oh my God, we gotta have a baby, we gonna figure this out. If you're not with somebody at least who is committed to you and would be happy if you're having a child, don't do it. And you would know that type of person because they're already gonna show you that they want to be with you, and that they and that they care about you, and they want to be there, and they want children. Not Long D Willie telling y'all all day, I don't want no damn kids. I don't want commitment. I don't want a relationship. I'm just looking to slang this big old D. And if you want some, come get it. You know what I'm saying? That's all they saying. And y'all just keep going over like y'all don't have a brain, like you don't know any different. Like you clueless. No, a lot of y'all are not clueless. Y'all know exactly what you're going in for. You just don't like the consequences of it. That's all. So listen, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you guys are supporting the channel by watching the videos, sharing them, liking them, hitting the hype button. Hit the hype button on the videos that are posted on the channel, y'all. I post videos every single day. So make sure you are watching them and running the numbers up, y'all. Make sure you are supporting in that way. That definitely helps to grow and push the channel, y'all. Also hit that like button, share, turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, y'all. That is super, super important, y'all. So make sure you continuously doing that. Shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps. I appreciate you guys for the support. So make sure you are continuously supporting in any of those ways. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here once again. Check out my husband's new single. I'm gonna play it at the end of this video for those who may not have heard it. Make sure you go and support that, y'all. The name of this one is called I Get You. It is available to purchase if you want to purchase it. The link is in the description. Make sure you go over and support, y'all. Buy the single, rock it on your phones or in your car, whatever. But go ahead and download it. He have more songs coming out as well. He's still working on the initial one he wrote for me. He had to go in and tweak some things, so that will be available as well. But right now, go ahead and check out I Get You. I'll play it at the end. Go support. Link at the top of the description. Go over support you guys by checking out and purchasing the single, you guys. So thank y'all once again. Shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all. Per usual, you guys, I will be back live on Friday, right? Friday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So 2 p.m. on this Friday, I will be back, y'all. I will be live. So make sure you are tuned in for that. All right. So thank y'all once again. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and get that single and let me know if you purchased it. I definitely want to shout you out. So on Friday, let me know if you purchase a single, you guys, and I want to shout you out and for the support. All right. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah. See y'all later. Bye.
You laugh and my heart chokes. Like might as everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like it's a little word. Yeah, every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me in a way I never understood. And every little smile, every little move you do, ooh, baby. talk about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get more than anybody ever could. You get me, yeah. In a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know, I just know I get. When the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that.